good. What's up, baby? Hey, yo. Aura Maybe, appreciate the Insta sub, dude. 3 seconds in. Let's go, dude. Exophonic music, how we living? What's up, y'all? Hope y'all had fun over at the Jaw thing. St. Moses, what's happening? Jobless's birthday. Shout out to Jobless Games. It needs to be Jobless music, let's be real. That was great, man. It was hilarious and a lot of fun. Happy birthday to that man. Absolutely. He had like 100 people on the Rumble stream, dude. Simultaneous, dude. Showing huge support. That's fire, dude. I love that. I freaking love that, dude. Hey, yeah, Josh stream was crazy. Gonna be using those skips from Ghost? Let's go, EXO. You got a skip? Yep. The Orchestra collab album came out today. Let's go, Aura. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dude. As you guys can see, I had to have the window open, man. It got to 83 today here in Seattle. That's not common. We're gonna have a week. Next week, we're supposed to get to 93 degrees on one of the streaming days. I might skip that day and push it to a Saturday. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm going to do it myself again, which sucks. This is not the genre I thought I'd be making, but I'm getting damn good at it. Oh, you're going to outdo yourself again. That's fine, dude. It's always good to push yourself. Get about that comfort zone, dude. I like it, man. I like it, EXO. Constantity in the building. I see you. I see you guys. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Thank you, thank you. We're back to feedback. It's feedback night. It's feedback night. Sneela, what's good? It is feedback night. We're in the building. We're live on a couple platforms. TikTok still won't let me back. I think I cussed too much. We're live on the YouTube side vertical. If you guys are on your phone and don't want to turn it sideways, you can always check us out on the YouTube vertical. Make sure to get over to the YouTube, guys, if you haven't already followed. Jump to the YouTube. Just fucking hit a button on one of the videos. I don't care what you do over there. Just do anything. That's appreciated. How you been, Jibbah? I've been good, man. I did a 40-hour fast. Since last time you guys saw me. You guys saw me on Sunday night, or if anybody was in here. Sunday night, I stopped eating at 5:45 p.m. and I didn't eat again until sometime this afternoon. No, I'm not still on it. I could do that though. I think I could push myself next time. Dougie, what's good, dude? Appreciate you pulling up on the YouTube side, Douglas. I'm testing out a new on-screen chat thing that combines the main platforms. All right, we're not a big enough channel for Twitch to get upset about that. I think I like the colors on that way more, dude. No, you like the new chat on the screen? Yeah, it looks way better than the other one. I think I'm gonna keep that going. That one looks pretty clean. It doesn't connect to the other streaming site, but I can have that one open separately. All good. Dougie says, hi, Twitch. Also, I can send messages from one dock, both back to Dougie. Pretty sure I haven't tested this out. YouTube test. Pretty sure I can. I don't know if it worked. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, it does go over there. Let's go, dude. And then I can obviously I can talk back on the Twitch side. You dig? There he is. It's in a more convenient spot on stream. I agree, for like clips and shit. Get it out of here, dude. It was like up here the whole time. You know what I'm saying? The other ones are in the same spot though. Hey, hey. All right, well, we got started a little late. All right. The baby doesn't like going to sleep earlier when it's super bright out late in the evening. That's all right. We'll get through the main guys. Anyone else is gonna have to wait. Minutes on the dime, Jibbah. Hey. Got to keep that schedule. I mean, I don't think anyone's actually waiting. Hamburg, what's happening over there on the rum side? Real currency doesn't go up in smoke. You never seen me with $20 in my pocket. That shit is on fire. Absolutely on fire. Cheers, man. Good to see you, Ham. You got to keep that sketch, says Aura. Well, you know, I don't know, man. At least I try to be consistent on the days. I can't always be super consistent on exactly when we start. But if you show up at 11 p.m. West Coast time on the days I'm supposed to be streaming, I'll probably be here, right? In other news, I should be getting a standby desk by the end of this week, so that's great. Oh, a standing desk. Let's look at you, dude. Look at you, dude. I don't have room for all that. That'd be great, though. That would be kind of nice. A standing desk, I could do like some standing vocals, you know? Whole shit goes up with me. With my luck, though, just unplug everything. Camera 2 still doesn't work on this computer. Got me hot, dude. I gotta get a new solution for camera 2. We can't do any of our awkward camera 2 business today. A little upset about that. That's alright, though. Yay! Alright, we're gonna see if anybody submitted anything. I'm gonna use my old desk for some of my thingamajigs. That's a perfect thing for it. My actual streaming setup desk is it's an IKEA piece of shit. And then the other thing that like has a lot of stuff on it, it's actually an IKEA like TV stand. This happens to be the exact same height, so it works. Gavin, what's good, dude? No track this week, getting ready to move places. Have a banger stream. Make sure to plug our boy's vocal tutorial a few times. Which boy though, Gavin? You mean Mr. Lou Diaz? I will, dude. I absolutely will. Good luck on the move, man. Good luck on the move. My buddy runs a moving business out here. I used to work for him, so
Big Jibbah.
I'm well versed. Hey, gang! Let's go, gang! Let's go. Hey, Constantini with the freaking skip ski, followed up by Kojak. Kojak was 6 months. 6 months, dude. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Appreciate it, guys. Big love. We got a hype train incoming. Out of nowhere, dude. Yes. Bank the skip. If you want to bank it, Constantini, just write that note in there for me, please. Likewise, Kojak, unless you want to send one in. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Big love. Our baby is 2/3 done baking. Look at that. There you go, dude. Which chat? That's in the feedback, the skip feedback, if you wanted to bank it. That's exciting, Kojak. Does that mean you're like the 6 to 7 month mark? I toss one in. It's a dime. No worries, dude. Like I giggle the entire time. There you go. Oh, shout out to Sev also. Sev subbed while I wasn't even live. Sev subbed yesterday. A couple hours after I stopped streaming. Thank you, Sev. Hey! Tresden with the 100 biddies. I used to have a bid alert. It doesn't seem to work though. No, I did not review you. Not yet, Sneela. I haven't even got started. Thank you, Trez. I don't know why it doesn't do the alert. It was supposed to do an alert. I was supposed to have an alert for 100 biddies, dude. I'm sorry. I set it all up and everything. And it's just hating on us. It's just hating us. I appreciate you though, man. Tresden music in the building. I've been waiting to resub all day. Just been lurking just to be first. I see you, player. I see you. It's okay. I'll just never forget this moment and hold it over you. That's, you know what? You're certainly entitled to that. I cannot blame you for that. Real shit though. I do have like a real plan for, like I can show you what it was supposed to happen. I think I can pull it up. Low-key, I'm upset, dude. I'm kind of low-key upset that it didn't work. I haven't even tested it yet, but that was supposed to work. Just do what Jaw says. Fuck it, we'll do it live! I'm not taking my shirt off, Aura, okay? I'm not taking Jaw's entire... That's his whole... That's his shtick. Oh my god, okay. It's because I didn't enable the overall bits thing. That's why. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Chat can go as shirts and skins, but not streamer. They're shy. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. I had questions about when in doubt, do what Jaw does and go shirtless for the hell of it. I'm scared, dude. I think it'll violate TOS over here. No, dude, but I'm actually confused. I'm actually confused how it did that to me. This is what's supposed to happen. Okay, it's supposed to play... It's supposed to play this.
Fireworks.
See? That's supposed to happen. It didn't happen. Okay, Tresden, there you go. That's what was supposed to happen. You're supposed to get fireworks, Talkbox drop, and then you're going to see Jim Carrey handing out money. Because you just handed me a bunch of money.
Fireworks.
And I can't get it to come through. Test. Twitch. Bits. Bullshit. What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? Yeah, there you go. It's a bit alert test for 100. That's not what my 100 says to do. I'm confused. What am I supposed to do here? I have no idea, dude. It's always Streamlabs, dude. It just doesn't work. Yeah, what the hell? Should have done it, right? Right? God, I got nothing, dude. Bits. It wants me to set it up in here. That's why. Look, if I turn... Hold on. If I turn this off... Save changes. Okay, watch. Go to default. 1 bit is turned on. Is this turned on? None of them are turned on unless I turn on bits. Spit your problem into ChatGPT. The problem is it wants me to set up only this one. That's the issue. Which is fucking annoying, dude. Super annoying. I'm upset. Yeah, it wants me to set up this one, even though I have different ones set up for 100 and 1,000. I have one set up for 1 bit. That's insane. No, so I had to turn default bits on, and then this happens. That's insane. I'm gonna fix it right now, dude. I've had enough of this. Had enough of this, dude. I'm gonna fix it right now. A little behind the scenes. Who cares? Oh, it's on the other computer. The production sound design. Here goes Jibbah on his side quest right away, dude. Instant side quest. Don't even care. Instant side quest. We need it. I can't stand it, dude. Why doesn't it work? Off the rip should work. No, 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 no. Hey, man. Okay, look. Boom. Bits. This is so annoying. Here we go. Fireworks. We're at 50%. We're gonna pull this little GIF here. Boom. Okay. Last little thing, and then we'll get into the feedback, gang. Don't you worry. Dun, 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 dun. What's my fonts here, dude? Copy that. Bang. Copy that. Bang. Move to 64. Crib.
Fireworks.
Jesus. That should work. Probably won't work, but that should work. Let's check. Jibbah, how the fuck you make all those cool sounds? How do I do it? No one has to give me anything to test. I can test it from here. Hold up. I can test it from here. Test. Twitch. Bits.
Fireworks.
Alright, here it's 17 times, but it is working. Finally, dude. Jesus. Finally, dude. Alright, cool. We should be good then. Closing this piece of shit. Alright. Okay, we should be good. Bang. Alright, what we got? We got Aura Maybe first in the mix. Who's in feedback tonight? Who's in feedback tonight? Okay, Cheesecake came in too early. That was yesterday. Continetti's in here. CTR's in here. Baby Boy. Tresden in the building. FMZ in the building. Topher. Continetti put it in the wrong one. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, dude. I got you, dude. You're good. Alright, we're starting with Aura Maybe, dude. Followed by Kojak, followed by Exophonic. We got Skips in the mix. Let's see what's going on, gang. Let's see what's going on, gang. Aura Maybe with Meta Rock. A little ambient, dude. Dude, hell yeah. Big W's, dude. That's one on the board right there. I like that. That's crazy, dude. The separation is insane because we're recording real instruments. Just such a breath of fresh air from all the digital synths we hear and string synths we hear. You know, I do think I agree with EXO that it's got some Queen vibes, right? It just doesn't have the Queen drum mix, right? That's the only thing that's kind of lacking in my opinion. I only had those two notes really, was that we're missing a little bit of control on the dude, it switched songs, didn't it? Freaking switch songs on me, dude. Was this the one? Yeah, this was one. Yeah. So we had some low mid resonance on the big swells, especially the ones before we get to that middle calm section. Right around here. I just hear something going down there. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I would have tried to clean whatever that is up a little bit. But when the snare comes in, dude, it just has no like weight and body to it that I feel like it should have. It was the room, bruh. You put a Roomba in here, dude? Ham over here on the Rumble side's got the old school hip hop on lock. Grew up listening to Pharoah Monch, baby. Of course I know him. Simon Says, get the fuck up. I'm not even joking, it was the room. Yeah, no, that's all good, man. But I hear it. This is dope though, dude. Gangstar's full clip. Yeah, I grew up on that album as well, Ham. Okay. Big L, rest in peace, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure both of those songs were also part of like the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Volume 1. The room did have weird resonance. I can hear some of that. I can hear a little bit of that aura. But either way, that snare, when it comes in, needs to be just absolutely slapping us in the forehead and chest simultaneously like a wrestling punch. Are we recording one hits, Aura? Are you recording one hits with your drummer? Before you guys do the whole drum performance, are we recording samples of said drum kit? That's what we need to be doing. Not mostly, why not? Every time you set up the drum kit, record one hits. And then do the song, do the performance later. But when you get the mic set up how you want them, record the snare on its own. Record the kick on its own. Record each tom on its own. Yeah, we do that. Doesn't sound like you use that snare. I hear a dynamic snare moving around all over the place. I don't feel like we're using that snare. Icy Cube, anything on CDs? Dude, I had a couple Ice Cube albums back in high school. You can do it, put your back into it. I can do it, put your man into it. I put your back into it. There were some jams on there, dude. Some of the snares were also part of the orchestra, so that might be why. Not totally sure. It's got to be, as a mixing engineer, you got to make that. This freaking guy, dude. What up, Zeal, dude? Long time no Zeal, dude. Hey, Zeal, we made a pact on your stream many moons ago. I don't know if you remember. That song's ready, bro. I got it ready, dude. I got that song ready. I'm working on the album artwork. I got my father-in-law to do some... He did a little sketch for your boy. You worked on your track? Hey, Y Beats, thank you for the follow, goddammit. Yeah, but I'm ready, dude. I got my artwork ready. It's a sketch, dude. All right? It's a freaking sketch, and we're dropping it, dude. I'm dropping it this week. I got a dad sketch. Yeah, well, he was like a big deal in the 90s as an artist out here. He doesn't do it very much anymore. So now he just kind of does it for fun when I ask him to do stuff. But he's got talent, dude. No, his name's T Michael, dude. T. Michael Gardner. I wish it was Gary Larson, dude. Gary Larson's got bars, dude. Where's it at? It was in Illustrated Projects cover art, dude. Yeah, so he had this joint. This is what he drew up for me. The song's called Honeywell. This is what he drew up right here. I put my name and the other artist's name in there. Just some simple shit, dude. Because everybody's using AI art, you know what I'm saying? This one, not AI art. Okay, now I'm either going to drop it with that, or I'm going to use the little, the background honey-colored, granular little gradient behind it. He likes the gradient behind it, even though he didn't do it with a gradient, obviously. He just did a sketch. So, I don't know. You guys can vote. Gradient or not, this is the song. Father-in-law, not dad. Father-in-law. Yeah. Look, he put a little trumpet in there. There's a little trumpet in there. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying?
And it's a sweet need of yours.
That's the winner then. We're gonna put it out as this joint.
Honeywell.
Hey, Mortal Boots. Thank you for the follow.
Gotta dig down deep. Oh, yo. Honeywell. Wow, 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 wow.
Hey.
There is a melody, so sweet, buzzing like a honeybee. Dig down deep, real deep, oh queen bee. You keep me working. Dig down deep, real deep, oh queen bee. You keep me working. If I need were the only thing keeping me,
Check out this note though.
well, I'd be a fool
Hey.
to let go of something so sweet and pure. Deeper down within, it's closer than skin, wetter than perspiring. Not a moment forgotten.
Couldn't help myself.
Oh, my queen, baby,
Hey.
I'm your throne. Let me dig down in your throne. Dig down deep, real deep.
Little
oh,
silkiness.
queen bee.
You get the vibes.
You keep me working. Dig down deep, real deep. Oh, queen bee. You keep me working. Dipping, baby, in the honey well. Deeper, baby, for you I can tell. Digging, baby, in the honey well. Flower petals
There you go.
dripping as they fell. Dig down, dipping, baby, in the honey well. Deeper, baby, for
Hey,
you I
hey.
can tell. Dig down, digging, baby, in the honey well. Flower petals dripping as they fell.
There it is, man. The stems are at my old studio, dude. I don't even have them on this computer. I just have that old 2-track, and I kind of did like some ghetto mastering for it. Good enough. Good enough. We're going to drop it. We're going to drop it. That's going to be the one. Let's say this is we're calling that final, dude. That's the one. God damn it, Charlie. I always wants a C major chord. Charlie pulls up every stream C major chord, dude. Pre-save link? I don't have one of those yet, dude. I just started my DistroKid journey, okay? Such a comfy track, dude. Hell yeah, but it's happening, dude. Can you send the link in here? If you can't get into the Discord, yeah, feel free. I'll post it for you, man, or somebody will post it for you. Hip hop and trap. Oh, okay. Hold on, we gotta hit a major chord for our boy, dude. Get your boy, dog. Every time he comes through, he asks for one major chord, dude. I can't disappoint. I can't disappoint. Can I Venmo you the link? You certainly can, Zeal. He wants that C major, dude. You want it with a little extra on it? Yeah. Interesting. There you go. C major chord. Charlie, you can go to sleep happy. My guy. My guy. Venmo the link is nuts, dude. Yeah, hit my Cash App, dude. Hit my Cash App. My track's actually on LinkedIn, dude. If you need my song, it's on LinkedIn. Dude, I wish I could access my old MySpace shit. I had some bangers on MySpace back in the day. I don't even have them anymore. It's in Hindi. A W, dude. We love Hindi. Oh, Surf and Swag. What's up, Mrs. Jibbah? Love you, babe. The Surf and Swag jam from Kirk Cousins, dude. If you guys haven't seen Kirk Cousins yet, hilarious, dude. Link on GeoCities. But hey, Ara Maybe, dude. Very, very dope song, dude. I have to go check out the rest of that joint. Yes, Continuity, you can send your song in encrypted Python code. I won't know what to do with it, but you definitely can. Bro, thoughts on Metro and Sant? Just met them, so just asking. I don't even know who they are. Those are my thoughts. I'm not sure who that is. I'm happy with how it came out. Almost all of it composed by you. Dude, it's well composed. It sounds great, man. It sounds great. I just want the snare to smack people's chest and forehead a little more. Oh, Metro Boomin and Sunny Digital. Got you. Well, you're abbreviating. Okay, yeah, I know who Metro Boomin is. I know who Sunny Digital is. I don't have any thoughts on them. They seem like cool guys. Were they cool guys? But hey, Ara Maybe.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, big dog. Yeah, they're fire. Nice, dude. Nice. It's always good to hear people are nice people in real life, you know what I'm saying? JV Susio, why are you so pretty? Damn it, daddy. I don't know, dude. I couldn't tell you. It's probably the light's a little different tonight. We got the window open. You know what I'm saying? It's like 83 degrees today. So we couldn't close up shop, dude. We had to keep it open. Work in progress and grinder bio. Please swipe, dude. Oh, dude, if anyone links you to a whip in the Grinder app, that might not be a work in progress. Let's be real. Don't stop. Look at JV, dude. He's into that. Careful, Zeal. Careful, Zeal. He'll find your stream. Then you'll have a JV problem. And we're not talking about junior varsity, dude. We're talking about JV Susio Sabu. The P in whip means something else. Got you. The work is done at that point. Fair enough. Fair enough. It means poppers. Work in poppers. Oh, I get what you did there, Tresden. Poppers are popular among the grinder community. Someone said on the last stream I should use a grinder alert in that beat I was working on. I said, man, y'all have to send that to me. I am not on any dating sites, okay? Zero dating sites. W. Yeah, I think they threw your stuff in the feedback section, right? Somebody did. I got you covered, G. Hold up. Mortal Beats. Well, let me copy from there. Ain't that a bitch? I can copy from here, though. Exo did it. Got you. Thank you, man. Bang. Bang. Just so we know who it is. W. All right. JV with a skip as well. We're in Skip City over here, homie. I wanted to see if YouTube had a fucking link of... If you guys haven't seen the quarterback show yet with Kirk Cousins... Swag surfing, dude. Kirk Cousins is like the whitest NFL quarterback in the history of the league. And, bro. You like Mad Twins? Yeah, they're cool at beatboxing, dude. Anyway, my rough mix is in my 401k. Yeah, send me your, dudes. Yeah, just send me your social, dude. I got you covered. Yeah, he was surf swagging, dude. Kirk Cousins surf swagging.
We did see you swag surf at the end, so.
I was taught this week by Taylor Rooks with Amazon. Did a sit down with her, and she's from Atlanta, and she taught me how to do it. But you know, the key is when the beat drops. You know, it kind of initially just kind of gets going, gets everybody in the stadium aware of it. But when the beat drops, that's when it really gets going. And I don't know, it's good energy. There's a lot of good songs they play throughout the game, good environment. But that one does it for me.
We did see you swag.
That's got to be somebody's drop right there, dude. That's got to be somebody's like drop right there. But it's when the beat drops. That's what does it for me. JV, there's no way Kirk Cousins is your cousin. There's no shot, dude. No shot, JV. I don't get it. He's just being goofy. If you see him on the field, dude, Continuity, he is... If you watch the quarterback show on Netflix, he tries to understand cultures that he's not part of, and it's hilarious. It's great. It all comes from like a place of love, but sometimes it's cringy and I get embarrassed for him. But he doesn't get embarrassed, and I respect it, dude. So let me explain. So with an abstract and sources, dude, XO, you think JV knows what an abstract is? Also, the only sources JV's familiar with is the plug. The plug. The plug. I know all about the plug. All right. We're moving on to Kojak, baby. This is Kojak, Lollipop, baby.
Dance. 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 Dance.
my hair, got your eyes on me. You need it, you want it, but can you handle this? This lollipop is popping, you wanna give it a kiss.
Yeah, man. Thank God, I almost forgot to dance there, dude. I gotta resub to Zeal's channel just to get that emote back, dude. That's one of the best emotes right there on Twitch. The banger, dude. That's fire, dude. I like that one. This is a dope vibe right here, Kojak. I don't think there's anything to laugh at. I think this is fine, dude. A lot of people like shit like this. You should stand on business with a joint like this. This is cool. I think a couple things stick out. The artwork's first one. Okay, this is the laziest artwork job ever. I don't mind this background photo. Okay, but we just put a washed out lollipop right here. This should be where your artist name is. It should look like she has a tattoo of Kojak right here on her finger. You know, some girls get the finger tat, dude. Watch out for those girls, by the way, guys. Watch out for those. They're trouble. All right, the finger tattoos. They know a couple spells. She's definitely carrying crystals. Gotta be careful. All right, gotta be careful. But I think you should do something where like she got lolly written up here. You know what I'm saying? And then P. Use this as the O, and then another P over here, something like that. Try that out, dude. That would make it pop more. Make it look weird. Make it look weird. So we go, what the fuck's going on here? Beyond that, if we're gonna have a dance song where someone's demanding that we dance throughout, make sure that we're dancing to a mid-range transient that has some attack on it. All right, that clap / snare didn't feel like it was smacking through the way it could.
You need it, you want it, but can you handle this? This lollipop is popping, you wanna give.
So you have a 4 on the floor going there, right? Boots, 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 boots. Then you're doing the snare, the boots. I call it boots and cats, where sometimes the cats are wearing boots, right? Boots, 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 boots. Right. So we have the kick taking up voltage at the same time that we have a clap or a snare also needing some voltage, right? What do we do? What do we do there? What I usually do to try to get more smack out of that and dedicate less voltage to the kick drum at that moment is I will keep the mid-range of the kick when that snare hits, but I will have that snare sidechain a low shelf on the kick drum. So a low shelf, either dynamic EQ or a multi-band compressor, will be triggered by that snare on the kick drum. That'll duck everything at like 200 hertz and down whenever the clap hits on the kick drum, so that we'll still hear the kicks happening. We'll still get that mid-range. It'll still mix in and mesh with that snare the way you want it. But it will be sounding it'll be much clearer that snare is holding more weight in the mix when you're taking that low end sub voltage away from the kick on those snares. So the kick during snares should be less bassy. Not always that it should, but you have to find that balance of it. If your track's supposed to feel that way, so be it. But sometimes we don't even need to hear all the low end on it, and our brain will fill it in that's another kick there. But the song will feel like it has more energy because we'll get that snare, that smack that's supposed to be in there in the mid-range that'll pop through a little more. So it's kind of a give and take. You kind of decide which one are you going to dedicate some voltage to when it happens. Yo, bro, I'm a high school sophomore, but I'm getting a full ride to GSU. Should I take it or not? If you know something about GSU music tech program. I mean, I don't know anything about, was that Georgia State University? What's GSU? I mean, if you're going to get a full ride, go take a full ride, dude. What do you mean? Yeah. Not even just for like the education, but for the experience. Right? You'll have the rest of your life after you're done doing college to figure out what you want to do with your life. Just go do college for 4 years. In high school, we tend to have this mentality that, all right, we're fucking 15, 16. We got to figure out what we want to do with the rest of our life, dude. No, but you may start over 6 or 7 more times once you get out of college. You never know. You never know. You might become a streamer. There's no college for that. It's just the courses, and it's like spread around the heart of Atlanta. There you go. I don't see the problem with that, Mortal. There's no reason not to. If a place wants to give you a free education, yeah, dude. College is unnecessary 90% of the time. Nonsense. There's Streamer University. I haven't seen anything useful come out of Streamer University yet. Maybe it just hasn't hit my timeline, but yeah. Full ride, dude. Go for it. You don't have to play football either. You just get to have a full ride. Just keep your grades up. You know what I'm saying? Meet you a nice, responsible group of friends, dude. The best part about college is getting away from people that don't send what I... Yeah, it looked gross, CTR. I took a look on my phone. CTR with his tooth issues. Don't show what I sent. It has blood. We only show Crips on here, dude. Yeah, that looks like it hurt, dude. Yeah, go for it. Worst case, you stop going to school and you have a sick opportunity just to try it out. I totally agree with that. I get to make music in the studio that is paid for and is built by Georgia State University. What's the reason not to do that, Mortal Beats? Give me the other side. The other side makes no sense. Yeah. Zeal, have you ever been paid to just sit in a studio and make music? Don't answer that. We know you have. Most people haven't, though, right? Most people have not been paid to sit in a studio or have the studio time paid for. Right? So take full advantage of that, dude. Learn as much as you can. Soak it all up, man. Ask a lot of questions. That people, they are just, not responsible. What? People aren't responsible. Who cares, dude? All you can control is you, Mortal Beats. Control your own actions. Control your own experience. Figure out someone who does know what's going on, and hang out with them. Find the people that are there. Find the people that are there at college to learn, not the ones that are there to party, and hang out with those guys. Those guys will still have times where they're not nerding out. When I went to college, dude, I hung out with a bunch of people that were like electronic engineer guys. All right, they hacked my PlayStation 2. I had every game imaginable in that bitch. No idea how they did it. Yeah, dude, you can't control college attendees, dude. That sounds fun. Go for it, man. Go for it, dude. You can't control people down the street from you at the corner store. You're worried about college attendees. Dude, I'd be more concerned if I was going to school in the middle of nowhere, like in the Midwest. Terrifying. Montana University, Idaho, even Eastern Washington. Horrifying. Some of those white folks out there scare me. Okay. Atlanta, though, you're good, dude. Yeah, you're good. Where I grew up, terrible, dude. Hey, man, Illinois is great. Fair enough, dude. I met a lot of people from Chicago. Dude, imagine Switzerland, where I'm from. ATL, regardless of where, is relevant. That's true. Every PS2 game is sick, dude. Montana's awful, dude. Is it the people or the landscape? It's the people. Okay, that's all. Yeah, so Kojak, make that clap smack through, and I'd probably use less reverb. I feel like we're leaning on too much reverb. This is a dancey track. We need things to be kind of punchy and have a lot of, syncopation and the rhythm, and we need to have that guy yelling at us to dance. And he's just not cutting through the mix if he's getting washed with verb, all right? So we don't need the horns happening in the Vatican. The space they play this in will give it its own reverb, and I think it'll feel like everything's mixed cleaner and closer. And I don't think I think less is more with the verb here on all the elements. That's all I got for you, though, man. Very cool stuff, Kojak, and I appreciate you for 6 months on the channel, dude. Even though I've been here for 6 months. How many people left? A lot, dude. Yeah, we hit the skips for a minute. Appreciate you, Kojak.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, XO, using skip from Ghost. Boom, what do we got here, dude? Exophonic. All right. Yes. Hell yeah, dude. That shit is cool, man. That shit is very, very cool, XO. The drum mix, dude, snapping. It's popping right now. This is one of your best drum mixes off the rip. You're only at version 0.3, which means this is the 17th version. I have no idea how you name your stuff. You've told me like 17 times how it works. Still confused. I like the drum mix. Bass mix with the drums also holding hands well. Well done there, dude. The melodic mix is where I think we could use a little more control. Not so much on the synth that comes in the back end. That's supposed to be kind of jumping out at us. I like that. It's these like swelling things here. There's some high mid resonance happening here and there. Yeah, it's a little bright there, and it feels like things are flying at me from both angles, and I don't know what to focus on at times until we get to the end. And this thing's that thing holds me down there, dude. Like I'm supposed to know about that. Did Mortal take off, dude? He might have, dude. Just save it. Oh, there he is. There he is, Zil. He's still here. He was gonna give you a full ride, dude. Scholarship. Jesus. Kind of sleepy, bruv. So yeah, I like the drum mix, bass mix clean. I just think a little more control there. You hear it with the kind of the highs as well. A little bit bright on the melodies, but you're not too far off, dude. This is actually quite close. A lot of polish, XO. My goodness. Again, you go back and listen to the first couple of XO submissions to now, it's like a different person, dude. It's a big W, dude. I like it, XO. I appreciate you sending this through, my guy.
Thank you.
Hey, W, Mortal Beats. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Just emailed you're accepting, dude. College. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Arrangement issue, a little bit of brightness control means I get a free another section out of it. And there you go. Yep. You already know, XO. You like to do too much all at once. Just spread it out, dude. Spread it out, dude. It's like you cook a roast with a charcuterie board in the middle of it. Just serve the charcuterie board first. And then bring the roast in later. Drumming for Jesus. What's up, Drummond? How we doing? But I still have 3 years of school left. That's all right, man. Trust me. That shit'll be gone so fast. So quick. By the time you're out of high school and college, you'll be like, well, in 4 years won't be that long, and then all it's there, dude. Drumming for Jesus, doing good. Love it, dude. Love it, dude. Appreciate you pulling up on us. I just realized I put an instance of orange clip on my drum bus, yet forgot to actually clip anything and bring down the threshold. But then it's not doing anything. That's the beauty of orange clip. If you're not actually clipping anything with the plugin, it's just passing through. Feel like you'll be having tons of valuable feedback. I'm gonna not sign up for Streamlabs just to add that to that stack for you. There you go, dude. All right. Moving on. JV Sucio, you still here, dude? Young Sabu. Sorry if you guys can hear my cat. My cat is out here, dude. Going wild. You sent this over from Big Duck. You forwarded this from someone else's feedback stream. We feel second rate over here. Yeah. When JV comes back, we'll play it for him. He'll say something creepy. We'll see him when we see him. That is just insane to forward your own music from someone else's Discord. Wild, dude. I've never seen someone. There he is. There he is, dude. My guy, he's on his phone, dude.
She my otra. I'm in love with a skunka. Walk in the club and she's working with the booty. Got a
I hear you drumming for Jesus. I've been doing it this way forever.
She my otra. I'm in love with a skunka. Walk in the club and she's working with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you wanna do to me?
Popping for the peso, no te hagas la santa. Tatted up high, moving like Jibbah dancer. Otra on the back, whispering yo quiero. Club full of demons like she rojo y amarillo. 100 in my hand, she knows what's next. Put a name in the phone under skunk, I text. Throwing it back like she mad at the flow. I'm tossing these bills and I'm begging for more. Light, low body glow, glitter on a petrol. Working that pole like she dancing past yellow. Skunk on the VIP, rolling up the haze. Don't do the love, but she love it when I pay. Tattoo peeking out the lace on her hip. Say yo te mato while she biting on her lip. I'm faded and she feeling divine. One night stand, baby, but she always on my mind.
She my otra. I'm in love with a skunka. Walk in the club and she's working with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you wanna do to me? She my otra. I'm in love with a skunka. Walk in the club and she's working with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you wanna do to me?
Nails sharp, yeah, she built for the sin. Ride in them hills and she do it again. Said her name Candy, I call her Mentira. Cause she lied with that body just like tequila. No rule, tatted right across the rib. Te gusto, she whisper while licking lip. I'm in love with a skunker, I know it's wrong, but tonight she the beat and I'ma be the song. Nails sharp, yeah, she built for the sin. Ride in them hills and she do it again. Said her name Candy, I call her Mentira. Cause she lied with that body just like tequila. No rule, tatted right across the rib. Te gusto, she whisper while licking lip. I'm in love with a skunker, I know it's wrong, but tonight she the beat and I'ma be the song.
She my otra. I'm in love with a skunka. Walk in the club and she's working with the booty. Got $100, baby. What you wanna do to me?
All right. Yes. Well, JV, I know you don't consider yourself a mixing engineer, and I know that usually you get things mixed elsewhere. So we're only kind of listening for timing, inflections, things we could mess with in terms of the recording process. And I think building more of a thematic section around the hook part, which seems to be that filtered part, which is fine, right? That at least we did a filter, so there's something different. Oh yeah, Mortal, that's just what JV does. He does that to everybody. Everybody's handsome in his eyes. Yeah, so off the rip, dude, rapper time in the intro, which actually turned out to be the hook. So I think you're super early on most of the phrases on the hook, dude. Super early on most of those. I would probably add a punch kick to this 2-track when you go get it mixed. 2019 Phase Rug. There you go. I would add a punch kick to this 2-track. It feels like it's got a lot of sub to it, but no actual punch through the mid range. So I'd have them split this beat into 2 parts, have a low end version and a low mids and high version, and then I would definitely sidechain a new kick through the low end version. The filtered vocal has crazy high mid resonance. I know that you're not mixing this though, so they'll deal with that if that's the way you want to go with it. And around a minute 50 seconds, it sounds like we left a take in there that wasn't supposed to be there. I don't know what's going on there. Weird ad-lib around 1 minute 50 seconds. It felt like we left like a record take in there because it was just as loud as the lead vocal, but didn't seem like it made sense to have it in there. So I would go look at what's going on there. But other than that, man, it's a vibe so far. It's not my favorite beat. It's kind of, it feels like it's kind of simple. I think they could have done a little bit more. So I would probably try to build in some like filtered sections, bring the beat underwater here and there, get some movement on it in the mix process, just to make it a little more interesting and spice it up. Spice it up with layering your own kicks, dude. It's a faster from the last one. There you go. I see you, player. JV Sucio, man. I feel like the music's elevating though as you go, JV. So I like to hear that, man. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you, man, for sending this through. Just playing with flows. I see you, dude. I see you, player.
Thank you.
Bow, 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 bow. Yeah. Exophonic with another skip. 1 minus 1 equals 0. This is your fun one.
I dropped some money.
Zeal and Ardor. FaZe Rug is the best artist of our generation. Who the heck is FaZe Rug? Is he actually from FaZe Clan? We got there. There you go. Mortal, Zeal has been so kind as to gift you a skip. So we're going to move yours over here, dude. You're over here. Ah. Grandpa, dude. Lion King type beat? Hell yeah, that looks crazy. This was the one here. We're going to move it over. Bang, homie. And we're going to remove it out of here so that we don't get confused. Big dubs, dude. All right. EXO, we got EXO, followed by our guy, Mortal Beats. Thank you so much, Zeal. Big love, man. Appreciate you. Bro, give me a full ride skipper ship. Let's go, dude. Gotta go, be right back. Skonka alert. I'm Grandpa, bro. Oh, sorry. Apologies, Drumming for Jesus. No, I figured it was. I saw that. Jib, I'm 29 years young. There you go. All right, EXO, this is Teto time. And you said a message in here. I did not read it like an idiot. Still working on lyrics. This is using Teto, another Vocaloid. Someone pay for Jesus, guys. Jesus needs help.
All right. Yes.
Might be an auto response or AI, but if you open the attachment, you'll find my work in progress. Zeal's on fire tonight, dude. I love it. Yeah. Drumming for Jesus, dude. He hears a few things. Couldn't quite put his big toe on it, which is a new saying. I like it, dude. This is cool though. I would definitely be using some subharmonic saturation on both this bass line and kick. It feels like this track has no balls to it down low. Compared to like if you play your last mix of the one you sent in before next to this one, it just feels like there's no life down low. You know, that's something I use R-Bass for. I just found another one. Someone made an emulator of the Voice of God plugin from UAD. That UAD only lets you use if you have UAD's... UAD only lets you use the Voice of God plugin, which is really great for like low-end resonance and subharmonic saturation. They only let you use it if you use UAD hardware, so you have to have like an Apollo. But I think... Oh, Zero, there it is. What's good, player? But I think if you found there's a free version called the Bark of Dog. I just downloaded it too. It's decent, dude. It's just decent, dude. I would look into getting that plugin if you don't have it already. XO. It's a real thing. I think I do have it right here. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Boz Digital Labs Bark of Dog. It's free. It's free. This is what it looks like. It's Bark of Dog. And this is the kick on its own. Let's play the kick on its own. Now let's turn on Bark of Dog. So you can find like the frequency that you want to boost. With Bark of Dog. Hey, Orsari, appreciate the follow. Orsari, let us know.
How you doing?
How you doing, player? Yeah. You use the UAD, you own the UAD stack, so you use the Voice of God because you have available. Yeah, but if you don't have the UAD hardware, this is a fucking free emulation of that UAD hardware. Also, if you don't have Waves R-Bass, this is another option. I've always been looking for other options that are pretty good. This does a pretty good job. I'm not mad at this joint. I haven't really messed with it too much, but it's decent, dude. So definitely one to look at. Definitely add that to your repertoire, dude. It's called Bark of Dog. Boom. Boom. Let's see. I still want more snare body here. When we have that snare sound, it felt like it was lacking. Any of that low end stuff around that 250 to 400, that low mids. I feel like that boxiness, that snare could definitely stick out a little more. And then I still want reamped Vocaloid vocals. That shit is so digital sounding. You could be the first person to do it, dude. Have the Vocaloid travel through air and record into a microphone. Having it travel through air will make it sound cleaner. I guarantee it. And it'll just feel better. I really do think it will. I would try that, dude. Get a Bluetooth speaker with the Vocaloid vocals. Okay, just one vocal at a time. Record it into the mic. It's a ghetto reamp, dude. You know what I'm saying? I know you got a microphone. The clap sound is harsh. It sounds like the clap stack I gave you. That's what it sounds like. You have 75 XP, dude? Analog Obsession plugins? I don't even own any, so I don't have any opinions on them yet. So, yeah, it does sound like that's what you're using. This clap right here is harsh as hell, right here. I mean, first off, it's probably not loud enough, but if you crank that any louder, I'm going to be mad at you too. Oh, okay. It's like reps of the UAD plugins. Analog garbage, dude. Drumming for Jesus. Coming for blood for the Analog Obsession guys. I need it at -2 LUFS. There you go. St. Moses says, fuck my equipment and my ears, dude. -2 LUFS. Loudness over time. That's the most important thing about music. How can a drummer be against analog? He's not drumming for a band. He's drumming for Jesus, dude. All right? My man plays center field for the Lord. I used them before I could buy the stacks. There you go. Nice, dude. Yeah, I just want to get a mic preamp, dude. Maybe a 2-channel preamp that I could also run things through and back in. That's all I want to get. I was thinking about getting like a summing mixer, but I really just want like a tube preamp, maybe a 2-channel. Then I can run some shit through it if I want to, and then I can run my mic through it all the time. That'd be great. I play the holy timpanis of the Bishop, bro. No fancy lunchbox format, dude. They just put a fancy GUI over basic EQ. That's probably true. I mean, most of the companies are doing that. Fancy GUIs, dude. If I make my own EQ plugin, it's just going to be my face. And then if you want to EQ things, you just have to move my glasses around. That's the UI. Right? If you want to boost the low end, it just looks like this. That's it. That's it. People are like, how does this plugin work? I don't know, dude. But if you click on his teeth, it sounds great. Right? That's the ultimate. That's what, give the engineers what they want. They want total control and no idea what they're doing when they click around on it. That's what they really, really want. These companies know what we're looking for, and it's one button. One button, dude. And if you click on my third eye, it just mixes it for you. That's the vibes. Athena Velveeta, what's good? The cheese goddess, dude. Unfair Child is only 10K. What is an unfair child? It's a plugin? Okay, Grandpa's beat is low-key fire, though. You're plugging your own. You are Grandpa in Discord, drumming for Jesus. You're plugging your own. Just want to make that. You're plugging your own submission. I fuck with the confidence. Oh, it's a Fairchild clone with bells and whistles. There you go, dude. Look at this little clone, dude. It's 3D modeled like a World War II radio. Dude, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Well, EXO, I like it, man. Appreciate you sending this back through.
Thank you.
We gonna jump to the regular line, I believe. Oh wait, no, we got a last skip. That's right. We got our boy. Our 2028, starting college in 2028 by Eric Valentine. Okay, I got you. We all need that confidence. VSTs for life, baby. If you don't like VSTs, then you're a fucking piece of All right. This is Uniyal Vartman. Millions of views.
Hey, hey.
वर्तमान आंखों का धोखा है, भूत सीखने का मौका है, भविष्य उम्मीदों की नौका है। आज मेरा संगीत से रोका है, नाक पे चांदी का कोका है, दिमाग में केवल
कुछ ना कुछ बोलते रहना है।
धरती एक माया नगरी है, हवा से हवा का झोंका है। क्रिमिनल तो हर एक कोई होता है, स्मैक तो चोरी का मौका है। रायपुर में सिगरेट का खोका है, होनी को कब किसने रोका है, कहने को मुखबर ही धोखा है। सामान की तस्करी क्या है, तुझे किसने कमाने से रोका है। मेरे दिमाग में क्या है मेरी माँ नहीं जानती, मेरे फोन को पता है। कल रात 9:30 बजे 3 रोटी खाई है, लॉन को पता है। डर के आगे जीत इज्जत से बड़ा डर ये किम जॉन को पता है। हरे कृष्णा का महत्व इस देश में क्या है इस कौन को पता है। हम कीड़ा जड़ी उगाने वाले आदिवासी जाने माने, हुड़के पे गाने वाले मत लूटो हमको, मैं हाथ जोड़ता हूँ। गोर वैस चराने वाले, घास लेके आने वाले, बाल बच्चे बेरोजगार मत लूटो हमको, मैं हाथ जोड़ता हूँ। देवता नचाने वाले, गुरुदे पकाने वाले, अन्न उगाने वाले, बांट करके खाने वाले, रास्ते बनाने वाले, हिमालय घुमाने वाले, मत लूटो मत लूटो मत लूटो हमको, मैं हाथ जोड़ता हूँ।
सही हो रखा है, लेकिन क्योंकि बाहर की कुछ भी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
रास्ते से भटका था, भीड़ से मैं डरता था, भाई से मैं लड़ता था, लोगों पे हंसता था। मुझको तुम देखते थे क्या कभी ये लगता था, मीट मेरा झटका था। उम्र होगी 7-8, मच्छी का कांटा जाके गले मेरे अटका था। स्कूल पूरा रट्टा था, 11वीं में फेल होते होते बचा परीक्षा एक सट्टा था। लोग सारे बिखरे थे, हाथों में कट्टा था। गाँव में मक्खन था, गाँव में मट्ठा था। मोजे की बॉल थी, हाथों में लट्ठा था। कंडाली में कूद मारी, जख्मी हो सकता था।
Very cool stuff, man. You're giving away the whole drum kit at the end, dude. The whole drum kit's available at the end of the song. I mean, I wouldn't use those drum sounds, though. They're a little too wide. That's my main issue with this. I think the vocals sound pretty cool. I probably would have had the lead vocal up a little more in volume. but you know, it's sitting pretty good. It looks like you guys have a good following here. And is this what country are these? Is this from? Is this all in India? I feel like it was like India, right? That's the vibes. Am I tripping? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Makes sense. All India. Yeah, it's dope, man. I think the main issue on this for me is kick and snare. They're both lacking attack, and it feels like on the kick we exchange the actual punch and attack for saturation to make it have that like instead of just being like boom, boom. And then the width on the snare. It feels like the snare is super wide. We're getting some kind of phase with it. I wouldn't mind having, you know, both of those sounds happening in the mid range, and then I would just layer in. I would layer in just as a mono kick and snare up the middle, mix wise. Like most people wouldn't know they're there. Have something like that occupying the middle and the low end, just a quick transient, and then you could still have the mid range of those kind of longer sounds that you liked, and then a simple, you know, snare like that, occupying the middle of that shit, mono out in the middle, and it just kind of would make the whole mix stand up a little more and feel like, because right there it feels like we have this like saturated kick that's kind of wide as well, so it's like boom, boom, boom. We're kind of out here when we really need that groove to be rooted right here where the vocals are, right? Vocals felt like they were rooted pretty well with a nice mono mix. When you widen out these drum samples or you pick wider sounding drums, all it's doing to introduce the width is changing the phase a little bit, usually. So you're just getting a slightly different timing or a slightly different curve, EQ curve, on the different sides, right? Which kind of makes them cancel themselves out a little bit. I just feel like they hold less power, less weight in the mix. So don't be afraid of mono when it comes to kicks and snares, and when it comes to lead vocals. Right, that's what we like to have, that to keep the groove up the middle. Groove with this style of music is kick, snare, bass. I feel like the bass could have stood up a little more as well, and held hands a little more with those three sections. People forget that things will sound wider if there are less wide things in the mix. Contrast is everything. That's very true. Very true. You find that you don't need to pan things 100% left, right. You know, you can do less is more with that kind of stuff, and it feels like they kind of lock into the groove a little better, and you can be a little more intentional about using width. But you know, I'm not sure how much of that was just the sound selection and how much of that was that I haven't even rocked the Talkbox yet today.
Yeah,
hit you with that. That's easier. Mortal Beats, that was the Talkbox. But yeah, dude, I like it, dude. I appreciate you sending this through. It's very cool stuff, man. And it looks like you guys already have a nice following over there. This will demonetize my YouTube stream. That's okay though. There's no one checking us out on YouTube except for Drumming for Jesus, my guy. But hey, appreciate you sending this through, man. And thank you, Zeal and Ardor, for giving him the skipski. That's big love out here.
Thank you.
Nice, man. Nice, dude. And congrats on the scholarship, dude. Going for it, dude. I like it. All right, we're out of the skips. We've made it to the regular line. Aura's like, what's going on here? Oh, you've scared somebody here, which is great. Okay, who's in the building right now? I believe we have Continuity, Azira. There he is. This is Short Wonky Experimental Beat. Appreciate you, Mortal. Too conventional, too commercial. I see you, player. I see you, player. Very cool stuff, man. I hear some stuff going on here that I like. I feel like you kind of like groove edged us for a while. I would love if this actually gets us to a groove. The pots and pans sound fire, dude. Right? Some of the sounds Consonanti be using feels like a little bit like the I don't know if you guys ever seen the High School Musical with real sounds. With real sound effects, dude. Yeah, this is what sometimes some of the textures.
Let's work it.
That's what we need to do. We need to sample this joint. Someone spent way too long on this, dude. I love whoever spent. Someone literally spent 4 hours putting that together. Yeah. So I think with some of these drippy drop sounds you got going on, some of the pots and pans, if you will. It's like a piano sound almost. That's like going through a resonator. Ding ding dong dong ding. What's that joint? What is that, Consonanti? It's a sample from Decap. Are you soft clipping it? I'd be soft clipping some of those aggressive ding ding dings, you know what I'm saying? Some of these sharp drippy drops can get orange clipped, dude. That's what I'd be doing to still get that attack on them. And I don't mean just like kind of hitting it with a clipper like you would on a drum sound where you're trying to like preserve it. I mean like clip the living fuck out of it. Clip the living shit out of it. I don't know if I can do it with any of these sounds on here. Probably won't work on this. It's not sharp enough. If I had something that was super sharp, though. Right? Let me see if I have something that's got a lot of sharpness to it. What are we doing? Whistles go woo. CTR that shit, Consonanti. Look at that. I clip my sounds like I clip my toenails, so not very often, says St. Moses. Not very often, dude. I was not orange clipping it. You should be. I think you should be, man. You know, sometimes we don't know where to use a soft clipper. We're like, all right, it goes on a drum bus. What does it do exactly? It just cuts off the transients. It goes, it soft clips them at whatever knee you set. You can make it an aggressive hard line, or you can make it kind of a softer bend, and it maintains the actual integrity of the sound while getting rid of some of the dynamics and giving you a lot more control. This is kind of the best way to put it. Let's see if I have a good sound in here to use on. Okay, let's say this sound right here, right? Let's make this annoying. Okay, so let's put a soft clipper on that. This is an example here. It's like a limiter. No. It does different than a limiter. A limiter is going to maintain the actual shape of the transient, and it's just going to make the quieter parts of that a little louder while making the louder parts a little quieter. A clipper is going to maintain the sound. It's just going to cut off things that go over a certain threshold. And it's going to maintain what's left. And it adds a little bit of a saturation to it. And if I remember who made this, Swab Digital makes orange clip. It's my favorite clipper. Here it is. And it's a default knee of -4.4. If you want a hard knee, you'd go like that. You'll see it right there. Right? So if you have this sound playing here. Okay, this is with no clipping. There's no clip happening. What is gain? Yeah, so a soft knee here on this. You can take a harsh sounding hat that's super loud. Or in Continuity's case, it'd be those like ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, pong, ping, right? And we can just clip the shit out of it. And we can make it a little bit more palatable. And then you can even deal with the wet dry mix. Sharp transients, not as sharp. You can clip the living shit out of even more. And you can really control the wet dry. Okay. So that's one way that we can kind of get more control of these. But in essence, it is subtractive, but it adds saturation though. So if you're doing this on like low end or on vocals, it can really change the texture of those vocals. So it's a good way to get some saturation if you want it. Also, this plugin in particular does multi-band clipping, and you can actually solo out single bands, and you could dial it in where you're just hearing. You could only clip the low mids on your vocal if you wanted. If you wanted to add some kind of saturation to it with this particular plugin, it's pretty fucking cool. A lot of cool ways to use this joint. Really good with bass sounds, but also great with like percussion sounds and sharp transients that cut through the mix with like synths and stuff like that. So that's the only instance where you'd overclip the shit out of something like this, right? If I turn it off, that thing's gonna get annoying. Right? More palatable. Turn it on. We'll turn it off right there. Ouch on that hat. Turn it back on. The hat's still there, but now your ears can take it without it destroying everything. So that's the idea. That's the thinking right there. You feel me? We're gonna open long time no Stacy though. So that's my main one for you, Continuity. Is use that orange clipper on some of those other synth sounds and some of those other stabs that are kind of a little bit ouchy, dude. A little ear fatiguey. That's all I got for you, my guy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Gain is not volume. Dude, mixing is volume, dude. There you go, Zeal. Yeah, you should definitely have orange clip added to your arsenal, dude. It's great. Orange clip is great. Is it oversaturated though? You have a lot of saturation going on there. It sounds like we're using like a Sonic's inflator plugin almost. Yeah. Also, I found out the Ableton stock inflator can do God Particle. Nah, God Particle's adding. It's not adding saturation. God Particle's adding harmonic EQ saturation. It's different than like regular saturation. So it's not the same. So I don't think it's really like distorting anything. CTR, the stupid becomes the master. What do we got here, my guy? CTR never uses a soft clipper, and this style of music really calls for a soft clipper. Drumming for Jesus, I'm sorry, man. We probably can't get any handouts tonight, unfortunately. But made this track completely stock FL. Oh, maybe there is a clipper then. The fruity clip. The fruity clip is available to you. Do you ever use the fruity clipper? You should be using it. You should be a master at using that CTR, given your style of music. I feel like you didn't use it though. I'm sorry, drumming for Jesus. I'm sorry, drumming for Jesus. Sometimes, why not every track, dude? You're making dubstep. Dubstep is a producer dong flexing competition of how loud can we make this. Music Man 847. Appreciate you, John Doe, in the building as well. What's good, John Doe? Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, my guy. John Doe and my guy, Music Man 847. Let us know, y'all.
How you doing?
How y'all doing? Drumming for Jesus. I apologize. You pull. Oh, check under your seat, Jibbah. It's my beat battle submission. We're not even having a beat battle. Oh my God, it is here. It's a thumb drive. Zeal, how did you do this? Zeal somehow got into my apartment and sent in his song. Look at that. Look at that. Incredible. Incredible. He also sent with it some used hand cream. So I don't know what that means. but a little bit of used hand cream. There's still a couple squeezes left though, so thank you for that, Seal. That's all right. And of course, a Ninja Turtles playing card deck because we need that. Yeah, the half sandwich we already ate. We already ate that. That's gone. That's gone. And of course, a stress ball because he knew I was going to be stressed out by this song. I actually need that sandwich back. I ate it, dude. I ate it. I'm gonna have to give you a gift card to whatever sandwich place you like in your area. I won't do Subway. All right, they're serving cake. They're serving cake, not bread. Whoa, okay. You can't just be calling people Diddy, okay? That's offensive. All right. I still can't believe that Diddy's house had pull-out beds in the basketball court. All right, no one's explained this to me. Why were there pull-out beds at Diddy's basketball court? What is the reason, guys? What's the reason? Why? Yeah, when what, are we playing? Yeah, mid hoops. Like, all right, guys, we're playing shorts and skins. I'm sorry, you said shirts and skins? Nope, shorts and skins. What do you mean short? What do you mean shorts and skins? You were there drumming for Jesus? Where was there? For Braun. Tread carefully there, CTR. All right. Tread carefully there, okay? I grew up watching LeBron James. Followed his whole career from high school to now, dude. The guy's a legend, bro. I saw him play twice. Once was his lowest scoring game of his career, okay, in Portland. And then the other time was a 30-point triple-double, which he's done like only 60 times. I got to see one of those. All right, this is The Stupid Becomes the Master with no soft clipper on it. Some rhythm from CTR. Let's see how many sound effects I can sneak in the middle of this without him noticing. And go.
Have you ever taught anybody?
No.
Would you?
Depends.
On what?
Reason.
What about to kick somebody's ass?
That suffices. Otherwise, we avoid.
What's up, Ja? Happy birthday, bro.
Avoid getting my ass kicked.
Stop saying ass.
What?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Hey, that Arnold one kind of worked.
This is stupid. I'm done.
Big Jibbah.
This is stupid. You know why you only have one student? Because you don't know Kung Fu.
What?
Yeah, you guys didn't even notice that I added a couple sounds in there, right?
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
I mean, we probably figured that one was in there. Also, it was a little weird that you used my drop as well.
Big Jibbah.
Sorry, I always have to add stuff to his songs. Dude, very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. Also, freaking job bless games, dude. Unbelievable stream. My guy had 115 people at one point. Probably more than that altogether between the Rumble side and the Twitch side. Doing a freaking concert live on stream of his music. All right? That's dope, dude. We love to see that. Happy birthday to you, Ja. Yeah, that was insane, dude. You were going in. You're absolutely going in, dude. 115 people? That's a good little venue right there, dude. Ooh. How much longer are you doing feedback? Also, do I have a skip? Sorry, last stream I was on, I may have enjoyed a lot of bourbon. I know I remember playing you one. I don't know if you have one. You might. I'm gonna check real quick. One sec. But real quick, we're gonna hit this for Job Less birthday, dude. Job Less birthday. Where's it at? from Exophonic Music. Yes, sir. Happy birthday, dude. Fuck yeah, man. Love to see it, dude. Love to see it. First time chatter music, man. Let's go, dude. What's good, player? Yeah, man. Welcome to your... Still, you're in your early 30s, so you're not up here yet, dude. You're good, man. You're good, man. Yeah, W, though. Great stream tonight, man. Big W. If you guys aren't following God Bless on the Twitch side, you need to, goddammit. You need to. The man's a vibe. The man is a vibe, and he needs to grow his community over here a little more. That didn't work at all, but I did it. That's why I did it. That's why. There he goes. Bang. Done. That's easier. That's easier. Yeah, Zeal as well. If you guys should be already following Zeal. I don't know if you're not. Zeal only goes live when I'm like doing things in the middle of the day, and I can't submit anything to him anymore. All right. It hurts my heart, Zeal. Every time I see you're live, I'm like in the middle of doing some shit with the baby, but I want to pop in and come hang out, dude. It's always fun over there. Hey, big blessings, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell of a stream, dude. Great stuff tonight. I just had to get glasses at 47, but my wife still loves me, so I got that going for me. There you go, dude. What's wrong with getting glasses, dude? I've been wearing glasses since I was like 16. All right? You'll do a late stream one day. Hey, do it on a Monday. Do it on a Monday or a Saturday so I can pull up on you. You know, otherwise we'll have to just stream together, Zeal. We'll do a co-feedback. I'll just pop in on your stream. You can put like one of the frog things on my head. You got some crazy shit going on your stream. It's great. No other comment there, dude. What? There might not be. I'll keep that in mind. Co-stream would also be mad fun. Yeah, dude, it would. It would. I'm super down. Super, super down. You like... Yeah, John, you should like the glasses, bro. They're fire, dude. They're fire. Hey, Presetio. What's good, man? A bunch of people talking. They're over on the Twitch side. So there's not too many people on the vertical stream over on YouTube. We are multi-streaming over here, gang. All right? We're testing out the waters, dude. We're casting the widest net possible. Okay, but let's talk about this track a little bit, Mo. A little bit, Mo, here from CTR. Refresher on it. Greetings from Indonesia. What's good, dude? Welcome in. Okay, so on this shit, man, I think the clap could use a little more body. All right, a little bit more of that 250 to 400, just to make it stand up with that kick a little more and the rest of the elements going on there. I'm not mad at like the tear out sound. It's not even too aggressive of a tear out sound. It's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, you and No Emotion do... you guys do YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Multi's the way to go. Yeah, that's what I'm on now. I'm on the Rumble side too, dude. Fuck it. I'm everywhere. They kicked me off of TikTok. I think I cussed too fucking much. Fuck! It's all good though. I like the kick and sub bass mix you have here, CTR. I think that your clap could use a de-esser. It's okay to de-ess those. Totally okay to de-ess those. And then the hat doesn't need that much reverb and could also use a de-esser. Oh, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Hey. I tried to do YouTube vertical and horizontal. It doesn't really work. So I'm only doing YouTube vertical. I'm doing the horizontal and everything else. But I think the vertical stream is nice. So there's a different feed. You'll probably change the clap. I'm not mad at the sound you're using. What? Kicked out from TikTok? No. They just don't. They won't let me live stream because they say my content doesn't line up with what they want on there, which means I probably played too much copyright music that people sent in, or I was playing examples for people, and I also probably cussed. I don't think you can cuss on that platform, but you know, I think a lot of it's bot views on TikTok, anyways. Not really worried about it. Oh, yeah. And for showing nips. We're always eating nips on stream, dude. The candy, dude. But hey, appreciate you, my guy. CTR dubs.
Thank you.
Hey, man. What do you say, man? Okay. Let's see if we had one banked for John. I don't remember. I feel like we went through them all. Banked, pancakes. Nick Shea banked one. Clarity has one. Last time we saw John was where? Where they at? Oh. I think you used them, dude, from what I remember. Because you used 2 on that stream. I'm pretty sure you used them, dude. I'm dying. Sorry, I was going to throw a curveball. Hey, you know what? I'll just roll with those curves, dude. Oh, Sneela, I missed yours? Where are you at? Where did you put it? We're only here to baby boy. There's Tresden. And then we're here. You're in the feedback line. More on top. This is right here is from. This is when I started stream. If you throw it in the end of the line, I'll get you. Oh, yeah, these were thrown in when I wasn't doing any feedback on another stream day. No, we didn't get to the bottom of the feedback line yet, guys. We're here at Baby Boy. I see you, Baby Boy. What's good? Let's run this Shark remix. Oh, it's from Thursday? Now just resubmit it right now. Send it in the feedback right now. We're gonna run this from Baby Boy right here. Yeah, just throw it in the bottom of the line. Even if you're not here at the end, I'll try to make sure to play it for you so it'll be on the VOD. So don't feel like obligated to stick around. I didn't see one, John, unless I'm tripping. If you could find it, go for it. But dude, you've done a ton of skips, so feel free, man. Just throw it in there. It's fine. I'm gonna run this from Baby Boy, and then we can pull yours up.
It's shark season, bitch.
What up, Leonico?
I've been going crazy, seeing women love them all. I can get 5 bitches, baby, not my fault. I see like 10 bitches, yeah, in the yard. Shark, 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 sharky bitch. 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 We gon' get rich. Fuck the 12, fuck the snitch. Niggas try to hit my bitch. I been going crazy, nigga, I survived the blitz. Mommy got DD, yeah, she got the big tits. We be making money, making bread. Baby, fuck with the money spread. Driving highway, getting crazy hair. I've been living, yeah, not dead. Lost, one pocket. Baby, please stop it. Rolling deep on it. Going up, rocket. Shark a bitch. Shark a bitch. Shark a bitch. Shark a bitch. I'm a winner. Baby, fall with me, baby, I'm a sinner. I've been going crazy, chicken up for dinner. My bitch so damn bad, she better than Kimber. Shark, shark a bitch. Got the girls in the party on the shit. They been going crazy, yeah, they go crazy with it. They be going crazy, yeah, getting crazy with it.
Appreciate you, John.
Shark a bitch.
Thank you, man.
Shark a bitch. Shark a bitch. Shark a bitch. Rolling in the deep like a tail. Niggas with a ball up. I'ma catch that whole like Odell.
Baby Boy, I see you, player. I know what we're going for here. All right, I feel the vibes. I think, you know, I want to know if this is a 2-track or not. It feels like a 2-track. It feels like it's not a beat that we had full control of. And I think that's my main issue here is a lack of control on some aspects of the beat. And then the beat just being over compressed. Yeah, 2-track for sure. And then your vocals as well, feeling like they're not allowed to breathe. I feel like we're over processing them to go for a certain sound that, you know, quote unquote cuts through the mix, but it's not cutting through the mix because we have to just do some subtractive mixing to make things cut through the mix. It's just making it sound thin. Got you. So let's talk about it, man. Here's what I would do to make it better. I would add a punch kick. All right. First off, I'm splitting the beat. All right, the low end mix is too dynamic. If this is a 2-track, which you said it is, then I'm splitting it in 2 parts to get more control. Unknown fella, what's good, player? He said, "Sup, my giblet." Man, we're chilling over here. So I'm splitting this joint if it's a 2-track so that I have a low end version like 200 hertz and down, and then I have the low mids and up version at 200 hertz and up. The 200 hertz and down version, I can sidechain a new kick that I layer in at the same spots where the kick hits on the original. That way I just have another transient that I have control of in the mix. And then I'm doing more of a limiter type of squish on the low end version of this beat because the 808 is too dynamic. It's like I'm also not letting anything like under 20 hertz really push through on that low end. I feel like it's just too much going on with too much information probably happening under 20 hertz, which our speakers aren't really good at producing, and our ears can't even hear and appreciate. So that there's no point in having that in the mix, just mudding things up. Your plugins and your speakers are going to try to produce it, but we can't even hear it, and it's probably just making things have less power. The beat mix as a whole is overcompressed and lacking depth. I don't know if that's your fault or if that's the original. There it is. Letting your 808s sing, but drumming for Jesus said hi. There it is. Yeah, so I think the beat mix, if you're doing any compression on it, I'd probably back off of that until you do that split and try to get control of the 808s. And I'm doing like a limiter down there. Then I'm probably adding, if it's from the original, then I'm probably trying to do some kind of transient designer on the main beat and see if I can pull back on some of the sustain and see if we can make it sound like it's got a little bit more depth to it. I would definitely do some surgery on this joint. Beyond that, the vocal mix is overly thin and lacking low mids. I think not having the low mids in there before you go into compression is making it kind of harsh. So I would definitely introduce some of those low mids back into your vocal and then go into compression that way. I want a more natural vocal sound on this to anchor this song a little more in the middle of the mix. The vocal mix itself needs to come up in volume, and we need to do subtractive mixing to cut a hole for it in this instrumental. That's why when you layer in your own kick, and if you layer in your own snare, that's even better to do with this method of subtractive mixing, where we're ducking. You could use like a mid-side EQ, and you could have the mids. You could have the mids ducking triggered by the vocal whenever that's happening at that 250 to 500 range. And then I think we talked about the low end, but that's about all I got for you, man. So it's a lot of making the beat sound better so that you have a sensible place to put your vocals, man. There it is. Appreciate you, man. Baby boy.
Thank you.
Thank you, player. All right, who else is on this list? A couple more in here. Not too bad. We're going to close the queue here in a second. Do Double, sneak peek, new album I'm working on with with my group of 18 years. Our first official album we've been working on for over a year and releasing in the next couple of months. Keeping classic, 16 bits. We're going to download it so we get our little visualizer going on here. There it is. Bang, dude. Run it.
Yo, our audio skills are vintage automobiles. From the top to the wheels, every sentence gotta be ill. They shining, but we still polish them. Take hours to accomplish them. But once they're finished, you can't help but acknowledge them. Splashing classic quality on beats in massive quantities. All three flawlessly smooth, Ghostface Wallabies. Every track we rap is raw and authentic. To fully send it off the pen tips, part of my genetics. Get it? There's nothing fresher than a Tribe Called Quest record. When you're stressed out from the pressure and you need a refresher. Beats, rhymes, and life, really there's nothing better. Yo, I'm hip-hop till I die, you know I'm Wu-Tang forever. Take it back to rotary phones and handwritten letters. Back to VHS tapes in unmodified weather. Yo, our track list needs no asterisks unlike Barry Bonds at bat hits. If you do the math, bitch, you'll know we keep it classic. We keep it classic, no artificial or plastic. Our participle so graphic, there's no need for theatrics. Got more pages than scholastics of that boom bap shit. Our whole dynamics got a different demographic. Yo, we keep it classic like KRS or Jurassic. We dangerous, something drastic. The main event can't look past it. We hotter than the gymnastics, the team that needs no practice. From the basement to the attic, keep them bouncing like gymnastics.
Precise flow tactics, the way we write those classics. Timeless like microplastics in your bloodstream. The feeling what we're doing long after exposure. Like lead paint or nuclear reactor explosions. We're bringing it back to before we took pills for lack of focus. We're classic like black and white TV and hacking smoke. I'm stuck in my ways. It's a comfortable place and I've grown numb with age. My approach to my artistry is staying true to my heart. So people say I should give it up. I said, when did I even start? That's who I am. Not something I switch on and off. And with all due respect, bitch, I'm a boss. Ask me how I got my lasting power. The rap great Gatsby, living life like it's happy hour. If you can't try, catch me. 1981 vintage, classic, authentic shit. Trying to keep it interesting with beats and penmanship.
We keep it classic, no artificial or plastic. Our participle so graphic, there's no need for theatrics. Got more pages than scholastics of that boom bap shit. Our whole dynamics got a different demographic. Yo, we keep it classic like KRS or Jurassic. We dangerous, something drastic. The main event can't look past it. We hotter than the gymnastics, the team that needs no practice. From the basement to the attic, keep them bouncing like gymnastics.
I used to remember phone numbers and room with sepia colors. Didn't need to tell my mom where I play in the summers. No WebMD connections, no pandemic infections. Back when this country used to trust in elections. I worked a paper route and I would deliver papers. Women used to faint, but not from teenage vapors. Had Victoria's Secret's catalogs, no adult online. Looked at Betty's on page 9 with imaginative minds. Atari 2600 and ColecoVision. Now it's millionaires streaming their COD winnings. Kids and computers used to be forgotten, called the geek. Now they're celebrities on YouTube, everyone he wants to see. Radio stations say it doesn't need to be old to be classic. Yet the new shit they play, I don't hear the magic. I'm silver inside, but I embrace my tarnish. I'm comfortable in my skin, I don't need the new varnish.
We keep it classic, no artificial or plastic. Our participle so graphic, there's no need for theatrics. Got more pages than scholastics of that boom bap shit. Our whole dynamics got a different demographic. Yo, we keep it classic like KRS or Jurassic. We dangerous, something drastic. The main event can't look past it. We hotter than the gymnastics, the team that needs no practice. From the basement to the attic, keep them bouncing like gymnastics.
Hey, I see you. I see you. I like this vibe. I see where we're going here. This is cool, man. Hey, God bless games. All right. You went from the Twitch side, you jumped over to Rumble, and you gifted 5 subs on the Rumble side, dude. That is a big W on your birthday, no less. How dare you? All right. I gifted you 5 subs on the Twitch side today. So we're just kind of giving each other subs on different platforms. Bank them for someone who can't afford a skip. There you go, dude. There you go, dude. Drumming for Jesus has been begging for one, so I'll give one over to Drumming for Jesus. He's been absolutely pounding the table for him here, and we'll give one to Tresden as well because he already did 100 biddies, all right, to see if my biddies alerts were working, and they're not. They are not. But thank you so much, Ja. Thank you, man. Happy birthday, dude. W, dude. Man. This is cool, dude. This is cool, John. I like this. Yo, what up, Queen? Yes, Drumming for Jesus. Well, you can move it over to the skip line. That's courtesy of Jobless Games right there. A Trazzy. You got one for Trazzy? If Traz has one, he can send one over. Big up yourself, bruh. Dude, so this is cool, John. I got a couple things here. Yes, Drumming for Jesus says happy birthday to Ja. Yeah, Ja sent him. If you send 5 gifted on the Rumble side, they pay me like 100% of that, where Twitch takes 50% of it. It's crazy, dude. Crazy. So why not multi-stream, right, guys? Get everywhere, right? I think a couple things here. I would Ahmad vibes, dude. Yeah, a little Ahmad Rashad, dude. Make this kick stand up a little more with a little more sub kick as well. I think that the kick with this style of music, man, kick and snare. Yeah, throw it in the skip line and remove it from the regular line. Drumming for Jesus, appreciate you, man. That's courtesy of God bless. He's helping you out there. I think the kick needs to stand up in the mix a lot more. Right, I'd probably be like cross-reference mixing this with like some Ninth Wonder stuff, right, and just hearing where their kick and snare are with their stuff. It's gonna be much more out front, and I think that's what you need for a hip hop style track like this. The piano mix bothered me throughout. I think the main part that bothered me is that we have the chords playing like only in the left ear. I don't know if that's like a hard pan to one side, or if like the sample's like that, if it's a sample, or if that's something that someone's playing and it's hard pan to one side. It's very unnatural to hear a hard pan instrument, right? Especially a piano. Like a piano, we're known for, like, we hear a piano in a room and the piano has to like take on the room sound. So we would never just hear a piano in one ear. So that immediately kicks in our error correcting codes to go like, what's something weird about this? I can't really pinpoint. That's what it is. Is that we have a hard pan piano. And even if it's barely happening in the right ear, I'd probably bring it closer to center and have that piano sound, if you had independent control of it, have it going all the way into a reverb, not just like sending to one and returning back. Have it go all the way through a reverb and dial in like that room noise completely and, tone down the sound of the room. So it feels like that we're in a room with the piano as opposed to the piano just being in one ear. That just feels very unnatural. But I like the chords it's playing. Like everything's cool there. If it's a sample that has it hard panned, I would mono the sample and I would separate that side that just has the piano and put that in the middle of the mix. And then I would use like a mono widener plugin and along with the reverb, like a mono to stereo reverb that's going to give it a little bit more texture on the outsides. If that's what you're dealing with there. So that's one way I would deal with the piano chords. The piano mix as well is probably frequency masking the lead vocals. So make sure that our melodic elements or any samples have like a sidechainable multiband or dynamic EQ that we're going to send. It's Ja, not John. Ja did that for you, Drummer for Jesus. JAH, Ja bless. I would reconsider, let's see, having some kind of dynamic sidechain where that lead vocal is ducking in that range of the vocal for all melodies or samples there, while leaving the drums alone. The lead vocals have to stand up more. I think when we got to your verse, that was mixed pretty well in terms of the loudness. It could probably even be a little louder on your verse, but your verse had the most like high harmonics to it, while the other ones felt like they needed to match that. So multi-lead vocal mixing trick, we probably talked about this before. Take 2 bars of everybody's verse, right? Get a good mix on your vocal first, because you're very familiar with mixing your own vocal. Get it sounding great on your verse. Then I'm taking 2 bars of your verse. I'm taking 2 bars of the first vocalist and pasting this out at the end of the song. So back to back to back, and then 2 bars of the other vocalist. So back to back to back, we got like 6 bars there. You could even do 4 bars of your part, 2 and 2, and just have an 8-bar loop at the end of the song. This is after the song. This is in your session. And we're just playing your part and then going into the next part and going to the next part. And we're mixing each one to line up and match with your vocal a lot more sonically, right? In terms of high harmonics, in terms of the harshness, the de-essing, right? Like where everything's sitting. So it just feels like everything's happening in a little more cohesive. That works a lot better than having to jump back and forth, go back to verse 1. Okay, make that sound good. Okay, let's go to verse 2. All right, let's jump over here to my verse. Just have it play all back to back to back. And just do your mixing that way for those 3 sections. And I think you're going to end up with a much more cohesive vocal mix at the end of that. Beyond this, I think the bass sound could use some more subharmonic saturation, just a little bit of down low. You could use that like we're talking about that Voice of God plugin, or the emulator for that, which is the Bark of Dog plugin. You could also use the Waves R bass on something like that. That would definitely help give that a little bit more weight in the mix down low, because I think both the kick and the bass could have a little bit more focus at the bottom end of this mix. But other than that, man, this is really, really cool, and I appreciate you sending it through, John. Thank you, my guy. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. And we're going to put it in the recycle bin, all right? Because we don't steal anyone's music. Yes, we are going to empty that, John. Hey. Okay. Now, let's go over here. We're up to, dude, we got him. We got a drummer for Jesus, dude. He's in the building now. He's in the building. He's in the building, and he's feeling himself. Boom. Okay, Lion King type beat. Color Me a Little Bit Afraid. Let's check it out, dude. He said, I made this with my heart and my soul and my brains and all 10 toes. Okay. Yeah, man. Oh, I've heard good things about this new label. It's called Fire, dude. No, this is I can see where we're going here, right? This does have some Lion King vibes to it. Nothing wrong with that. We love Lion King, dude. Yeah, this could be in a movie. It immediately reminded me of something. Edutainment vibes in a good way. There you go. A little educational entertainment. Is that what edutainment means? I'm just piecing things together here to figure out if that's what you meant. Yeah, this had a little bit of like, have you ever seen How It's Made? Right? I could hear this happening in the background of an episode of How It's Made. 100%, dude. Like How It's Made. How It's Made episode where they're building something random. Ice cream sandwiches. What do you want them to build here? Lava lamps, dude. This looks.
Have
pretty
you ever
good.
been mesmerized by the?
Okay, so we get to like the factory where they're making lava lamps, and then just this is playing. Right? So, bro, the whoever says the beat drop is fire, dude. You already know. So yeah, I think that's kind of that's a good lane for this type of stuff here, man. They remind me of something else. I miss you. It's got a little bit of that vibe right there for sure. That whatever that song is, the one from White Girls, White Chicks, right? And I miss you. It's got a little bit of that going on. Like, it doesn't quite go there with the melody line, but it's close, dude. It's close, dude. So if you mix this right, you might get some white girls on your side, which is great. White girls make great fans. Look at Taylor Swift's career, dude. Blowing up, dude. So main things I'm hearing here, number one is the description. Okay, your description says this low-key, tough, ion lie. And the beat's called Lion King type of beat, right? Description should say, this low-key, tough, I ain't lying. That's what it should say. It should say, I ain't lying. All right? Just lean into how cringe we're being, right? Go there. Go all the way there. Also, for some reason, there should just be Tiger King thrown in. Like, just images of Tiger King in the middle of this video. Just because. Just because. They'll say it makes no sense. Doesn't matter. If you could superimpose the Tiger King on the face of Simba while they're lifting him over the cliff, that scene, that's what I would do for the entire video. Over these lions just randomly walking over. This is a low effort video right here so far, but it gets the point across. But I think you could do something even funnier, or just put it behind people making lava lamps, because that was low key fire. I think the main thing to do though, mix wise, is work on your sonic separation of the melodic elements. Everything feels like it's existing on like this 2D plane. And I think we could do a lot there to separate those elements, right? So you have the different VSTs making all these sounds. They all feel digital and two-dimensional. We have to use analog emulating plugins to change the EQ curve and the phase on those, and then also use different reverbs on the different sounds. Different reverbs, putting them in different spaces, will make them feel like they're different to us as a listener, and it'll give more depth to your mix. And it'll just make it sound bigger, which is important if you're going for Lion King vibes, because that's all like orchestral stuff, right? They got the sound of the room that they recorded that Lion King shit in. So definitely I would try to incorporate more sonic separation. And if you want to learn more about sonic separation, you can pop into the mixing videos here in the Discord. All right. These are all videos that I've gone around, looked on the internet, and thought were worth your time. This one right here from the Swollen One, shout out to him, a really good creator on YouTube. This is how pro mixers make digital sound analog. He kind of explains right here why you would use analog emulating plugins, and what it can do for sonic separation. Is that the Sega divorce game? Holy dude, Zeal's on one tonight. Dude, we need to talk to somebody about making that, dude. Sega divorce game. That'd be fire, dude. I'd play. Sonic's running from his problems and his parents. 2 Christmases, he can be at both at the same time. He's just running back and forth opening gifts, dude. 2 Christmases, dude. You know, or 2 Kwanzas. We don't know. It's okay. Either way. Yeah, man. But that's the main thing, is the sonic separation. Hey, Diama Madiama. Well, thank you for the follow. Let us know.
How you doing?
There it is. Dina Madilama. Damn, you got a name like a Bone Thugs and Harmony verse. And I'm gonna set somebody. And I'm gonna set somebody. Dina Madilama. Yeah, the sonic separate line. There you go. Are you using a drum bus? I don't think you are. I think you should. So I would make sure that a drum bus is part of your arsenal and should be part of your template and whatever DAW you're using drumming for Jesus. Make sure that we look up how to build a drum bus if we don't already have one going on, and use it. Even if we're using orchestral stuff or, you know, like things like this, having them all come together at one spot so it feels like a cohesive unit of drums instead of just random sounds popping in here and there. It'd be good to glue those elements together before moving them on down the mix to meet up with all your melodic elements. The description, we went over that, and the kick length. I feel like when we do have that kick sound or that lower perk sound, that joint, I would transient design it, and I would make it shorter. I would make it shorter. Also, I found out there's a transient designer in Ableton. Default transient designer in Ableton, not labeled as a transient designer. It's just on the drum bus plugin. What up, Aiden? What's good, man? How do you send music? If you join the Discord, there should be a link there in the description of this stream over on YouTube. Otherwise, it's easy to grab it from the Twitch link as well, because we are live on Twitch as well. If you want to see how I did it, it's kind of on the YouTube. If you want to see how I did it real quick. Oh, I mean, let me see. Okay, what are you using here? And I miss you. And I miss you. Is this one? I'd say that's it. This is the loudest shit ever. Oh, we're in FL? Okay, yes. You need a drum bus, brother. That's all you're missing, man. Drum bus. There's a lot of silly things you can do with the envelope follower and an LFO. Oh, in Ableton, you're saying? It's true. It's true. New as Toto, it's mad long. This could also be a solid Wii menu jam. Yeah, nice on. Well, yeah, you got a kick somewhere in here, either in these two break beats that you got going on. Something has a kick in there. If you have a break beat without the kick on its own, I'd layer in my own kick, and I would sidechain it through the low end of the break beat, so that our kick is in charge when the kick hits, and it gets rid of the kick low end on the original break beat. Then you'll have way more control. You could sidechain that kick through the bass as well, and then you can shorten up the transients on the low end of it. Because if you have a kick that's going, it's not going to sound as good as one that's going. It's going to be easier to mix one that has just a quick attack and get the hell out of the way. We just need that thing to hit and go away. Even on something like this, it's not like a hip-hop song or a pop record. It's still going to sound cleaner if we do that. So that's my 2 cents there. That's what I mean by kick length, is transient designers, man. I don't know if there's a default transient designer in FL, but I do know there is one in Ableton. If anybody needs to know where that is in Ableton, if you don't already know, it's on the drum bus. It's on the drum bus plugin. I never knew that. I don't use the drum bus plugin because I use my own one. There is one in FL. Well, then yes, Drumming for Jesus needs to know about that joint. Hey, yo, where that at? The one in Ableton or the one in FL? Which one? Lionical, dude. A lot of lions going on here. The one in Ableton, I'll show you real quick. But hey, thank you for sending this through. Drumming for Jesus. Appreciate you, my guy. And thank you for hanging out with us here on the YouTube side, my G.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me show you right quick. It's over here in Ableton. What's on this? What is this beat? Okay, yeah. If you just pull in the drum bus plugin. Okay, right here. Bang. Drum bus. Let me get out the way. Boom. There it is. Drum bus plugin. It has transients right here on the drum bus plugin. Right there. If you go left, it shortens the decay. If you go right, it increases the attack and increases the decay. Yeah. Yeah, I've never used it either because I don't have to, right? But if you just, I mean, you can hear it more on a snare. I probably should have done this on a snare. Let me get it off of here. Let's see. I can just do it like a loop. You can definitely hear it on a loop. Let's put it on here. So not as much control as you get with an actual, with the actual transient designer, but it works. So definitely something to, you know, use if you have it in Ableton and you don't have a transient designer. Not the end of the world, because you got that joint right there. You feel me? Aiden, yeah, if it's giving you issues with the Discord server, it's because you don't have an avatar image. Just put any image on your avatar for Discord, and it'll let you in. That's probably what's happening. If I look over here, here, I'll give you a roll. There you go, bang. You're good. You should be good now. You should be good now, because I'm about to close the queue right now, y'all. I'm about to close this queue. So it's still open for you, Aiden, because you've been here. I see you, player. Don't you worry about it. I got you covered, homie. I just want to make sure we get to you. And I'm going to close it on this side as well. There it is. Aiden threw it in there. Appreciate you, man. And I think Eugene's typing. Go ahead, Eugen. Go ahead, man. I see you, Eugen. You good? There it is. Bang! Just in time, dude. Look at that. Photo finish. What's up, dude? Thanks, man. Just sent your beat. W. Appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you for getting those in. All right. So yeah, that's a wrap. That's what I had on that joint. Thank you, man, for sending that through. All right. We got we're back in the regular line here. Who we got up next? We got our guy Tresden. Is Tresden still in the building? Tresden. Just send my beat in. Talkbox. Yeah, we talkbox over here, dude. We definitely do talkbox once in a while. Sometimes we pull it out, you know what I'm saying? Not always.
Yeah, I play the Talkbox, baby. Yeah, Aiden Gilbert. Oh yeah.
Plastic Quack, what's happening? You dual streaming now? Yeah, I'm multi-streaming, Eugen. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm on YouTube vertical. And then I'm also on the Rumble side. Quinn, you're here, but also working on your South track right now, so I can't hear you well. That's all right, man. All good. Yeah, I was on TikTok too, but I think I cussed too much, and TikTok gave me a 6-day leave alone, dude, like an angry girlfriend, dude. How dare they? 6 days? You need 6 days? 6 days to decide if I'm okay, right? How dare you, dude? It's messed up, dude. How are we supposed to grow on the talk, dude? I think YouTube will definitely allow your lane of content. Yeah, they allow it. Hey, what's good there, Plastic Quack? We're chilling, man. Did you pull up on Jaws' stream earlier? That shit was jumping, dude. I hope you did, Plastic. That shit was crazy. He had 100 people on the Rumble side. He was jumping. Yeah, man. But I think I've found that we get more viewership and more discovery on the Shorts feed over on YouTube. So we're doing vertical on that side. Anybody, if you're ever on the YouTube side and you want to see us in the vertical format, you can use those links down below in the description. We're on the Kick side. We're also on the Twitch side and the Rumble side as well. Tresden, are you still here, Tresden? There he is. I see him. Little Pokemon dude. Look, cute little dude there, dude. 777 FMZ, is that Quinn Large? Oh, that's you. That's St. Moses. That's right. Damn, someone is drag racing out here, dude. All right, Athena's out here. Warsel's out here. Lionical's out here. Quinn's there. I see you. All right. Let's run it up. We got Tresden. Let's check it out. Dude.
Send a signal, come rescue me. Supernova, heart with a key. I'm floating in a cosmosphere, eyes wide open, heart with a key. I know that just keep
you doing?
Finger flub, dude. Hey, the Haunted Whisper. Appreciate the follow. Let us know, Haunted Whisper.
How you doing?
See, my body just knew there was going to be a follow soon, so I hit the button early. Dresden, this is very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff. I think I got a couple notes here for you. I'm great. W, appreciate the follow. Thanks for hanging out with us. Unfortunately, you did miss the queue for tonight if you had anything to send in, but I will be back tomorrow night and the next night doing feedback. So if you jump in here a couple hours earlier, I don't know what time it is right now, but I've been live for a few. No, I apologize. Okay, I had an idea for you at the end here, Tresden. The kick feels a little oversaturated at the very end. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. Bang, bang. Here we go. One song request since I'm new before you go. It would have to be at the end of everything else getting through. That's not, I don't really do, we work on other people's music, not necessarily random song requests. It's more producers and artists and stuff. I'm a mixing engineer, so I work on them a little bit. Nice. Okay, cool. You do make music. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be fair though to everybody else if I'm allowing other folks to jump in. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I will be here tomorrow, so if you pull up tomorrow, I'll get you covered. I want a sharper kick transient here, dude. Like throughout the whole song. Seems like it wants more dynamics. I would agree, Eugen. I feel like it's a little bit pushed with the bass. The bass feels a little too heavy across the whole song, but without as much control as you could have here, Tresden. I want a sharper kick transient though throughout. I think that might be mudding up the mix a little bit. We have these kind of saturated type of kicks instead of a punchier one, and that's gonna just mud up your low mids, in my opinion. If you want to have those, then you have to have a pretty aggressive kind of longer holding side chain, which, you know, you could do that if you could make it work, but you'll have an easier time with a sharper kick transient. I say bring that vocal up in volume, but with a little more control. I would have a multiband compressor on that joint all the way through. That multiband is going to do some heavy lifting for you. Before I worry about EQing that vocal sample, I'm multiband compressing it and getting the multiband to make that a really controlled signal that I can then put into a single band compressor and boost, or a limiter and boost up more. But I'm not trying to just push the volume and then EQ things I don't like after that. I'm trying to control the signal as much as possible with the multiband while still giving it life, but grabbing a hold of those resonant tones. Need 3 more OTTs and 4 sound goodizers at least. Yeah, Dresden's into those for sure, dude. He's an FL guy, I'm pretty sure. So he probably has the sound goodizers on deck, dude. The clap we're using for most of the song feels kind of wide. I don't know if that's the sample you're using or if you're doing something there with mix-wise. But that kind of robs it of attack. So if we want to use that clap sample, I'd probably also grab like a pretty quick little that's just mono up the middle to kind of layer with it. So we just kind of maintain a mono kick and clap throughout this joint, right up the middle. That's going to just make it feel more cohesive groove wise. Are we automating the low end out of large groups of kicks as we stack more in a small time frame? That's something I heard happen where it's like it just felt like we were just telling the limiter, hey, keep going, right? And what we need to do on that is let the first couple kicks have full power with the low end, and then we start to automate that low end out. You could do like a low shelf, automate the low shelf so that it starts to lower the volume on the low end of that kick, like, 150 hertz and down, as we layer in more. So eventually we get to like, when we really stack them up, we hear those really polished mixes with EDM, when they have like a kick roll happening. That kick roll, by the end of it, you're just hearing like the tinny like high mids of that kick sound. As we stack more and more, it feels like it's like growing almost, because it's almost like it's working like a filter as it lowers the volume on the low end as it goes through. So that way we're not telling our speakers and our limiters, hey, and keep increasing the voltage here. Before you let go, let's increase the voltage. Before you let go again, let's increase the voltage. That's what's kind of happening there. So that'll give you more control if you are more intentional with how you use those quick groups of kicks, and making sure that, you know, we can keep the mid-range pumping, but we have to control the low end a little more. I definitely hear high mid resonance on the pads in that final drop section. Not too crazy, but I think you could probably just EQ some of that out. It feels like there's a couple surgical moves you can make there. If the EQ is doing too much to mess with the sound, then I'd probably use multi-band compression on it instead. The kick feels oversaturated at the end, the very end. It feels like we got longer with the kicks, like ooh, ooh, in this section. Now, I don't know if I'm just high and it was doing that same kick the entire song, or if it just stuck out more there, or if we changed something there at the end. But if you like that saturated sound, I would trick my listeners into thinking that's happening. Right? I would trick my listeners into thinking that's happening. I would remove the low end of this saturated kick, keep the mid-range and high end of it, and then I'm layering in a simple, transparent punch kick. No one's going to know you're doing that, but your kick's going to feel like it just has so much more weight in the mix, and then we're still going to have the illusion of a saturated through the mid-range, and it's going to feel fine. But you're going to have so much more punch there, and it's going to make it more exciting. So that's what I would do, man. Because I like the sound choice. I just think we need to be more intentional with the low end, and focusing on those transients, making them a little more exciting, and using tricks like that where we're keeping and maintaining the textures that you like, while using a couple things as like mix samples. Like that's another part of mixing. Sometimes we just throw in samples into a mix that are pretty transparent, that maintain that clean low end that we want, and that mono up the middle pieces that really hold the groove. The Sophie Splice Pack, dude? What's that? I'm not on game, dude. I have so many Splice credits. SOPHIE, dude. Ow. Ow. All right. Who's going to use that? Oh, it's the creator of hyperpop. There you go. It's your queen. These are very clipped sounds. That's what a hi-hat sounds like when you soft clip the living shit out of it. Right there. Same with a lot of these snares. That's a phased out kick right there. Perfect example of a phased out kick. Sounds cool. Yeah, they're synthesized, but they're still mixed. Yeah, these sound like those white noise joints. This is like jump scares. I like it though. We'll keep that in mind, dude. Sophie, dude. Remember Sophie. I'm gonna make a beat with Sophie this Friday. We're pulling up Sophie again. Remind me later. Maybe someone DM me Sophie packs, dude. I'm gonna remember that. That's all I got for you, Tresden. I appreciate you, my guy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all make sure to go follow Tresden over here on the Twitch side. He is also a feedback streamer, and he needs more people pulling up on him. He has a good stream over there, and we gotta support our homies, dude. Big love, man. Big love, Tresden. Y'all make sure to go follow Tresden up over here. All right, go pull up on your boy. He does the green screen style, so he's like a floating head talking about your music. It's great. I love it. Tresden, one of these days you got to wear a green shirt too, and act like you had no idea you were wearing a green shirt. Okay, and just scare people. Act like you had no clue. and just a floating head talking about your music. You know what I'm saying? That's if I had a green screen, I would only wear green. I've started doing VJ streams. Oh, got you. You started doing like you're like DJing, but like you're so you're not even there. You're just playing music. So it's like a radio station. That's what's up. Shit, I should do that shit. Just be 90s R&B mixes, bro. Take my money, my house and my cars. I'd put everybody on game with the 90s music. Shit might be the move, dude. Might be the move, dude. I think my computers would explode, but something I should do. Appreciate that, Aiden. All right, FMZ 777 FMZ. The world is mine. I believe this is St. Moses, if I remember correctly. Y'all got to start linking your names, okay? It's confusing for me. It's confusing for me. I love you guys, but when you got 17 different names, very confusing. Quinn Large, I respect it. All right, yours, Quinn Large, it makes sense. Okay, how do we go from St. Moses XI, which is 11, St. Moses 11 to 777 FMZ? Just saying. Just saying. Oh, I have two. Oh, you have 2 more days so you can change your name on Twitch. Oh, okay, so this is the change to make, and then you just got to do it on Twitch. Twitch be hating, dude. Twitch be hating. They have rules in there like that for people like, you know, JV Susio, because he's crazy on people's streams. I hope he's listening. All right, this is The World Is Mine. Whose world is this?
We do want to fill our stadium up with our guys. I know that we have a good draw for people from out of town. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey. Yo. That was at least 21 yos. What's up, dude? Big Duck Energy Music with the big raid over here on the Twitch side. I appreciate you, homie. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Sorry to take your branding and say yo 1,000 times, but that's what I got to do, dude. When you pull up on us, I appreciate you, man. Hope you had a wonderful stream. If you guys aren't following Big Duck Energy Music, well, you already are, so don't worry about it. You should be, though. Man, hope you had a wonderful one, Mo. We love and appreciate you over here, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's good to everybody? If you're still here. If you fell asleep watching this stream, we're gonna play some loud music for you while you're sleeping. No issues with that. Let's check it out. This is The World Is Mine from 777 FMZ, and for the next 2 days, his name is also St. Moses the 11th here in the Twitch chat. Let's check it out. Come on. Yeah! 47 Ableton tracks, dude. This track sent me into a temporary psychosis. Look at you, dude. Very cool stuff. St. Moses with the psychosis. Magnetic Sound Studio, what's good, dude? Good to see you. Aiden Gilbert over there on the YouTube side. He said, damn, so clean, dude. He was feeling it. He was feeling it. I like it, man. Shit's very cool. You know, it sounds like you are over here playing Ableton in ranked mode. All right, with 47 Ableton tracks. How dare you? My guy's a sweat on the fucking keys over here. The lead into this, I was a little concerned about where we were going, and then the drop, you finally delivered on, like, oh yeah, okay, he knows what he's doing. The lead in though, for this lead in, like, I'd try to give us some more defined transients. I feel like there's a lot of like kind of washed over transients where that's not as exciting as it could be on the way in. Like, it feels like we're fading into whatever's kind of holding the... If there's like a hi-hat there, like... It's like we're fading into that sound. I'd rather have that be a little more exciting. Yeah, and then when we get to some of those drippy sounds, I feel like there's a little bit of almost over control on some of those. I feel like we could let go of some of those a little bit, let them dance a little more. But very cool textures, man. Cool sound design throughout. Very, very cool stuff. Love where the kick and snare is sitting when we get to the drop. Some of the drippy textures feel a little over controlled, so I'd let them be a little more dynamic and jump out at us a little more. And drop is dope. Lead-in was a little muddy on the drums. We talked about that. It's not really muddy as much as it's just not as much of a defined transient on some spots where you could have had it. But other than that, man, that shit is banging. This shit's crazy. That shit is nuts. This sounds like something you'd hear from like I don't know if you're in Ableton, if you're not learning from Dank Sauce, I think you should be, because he makes this kind of shit all day. I feel like he's right up your alley, dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping you're familiar with his stuff. It sounds like you would be. But I'm pretty sure that's his name. DNK. Yeah. Dank Sauce, dude. Yeah, this guy. This guy, dude. This guy, using some of his shit is like what you need to be using. His hi-hat tricks are cool. All his weird serum shit is cool. Granular slice tools. He makes his own plugins. The snare took you at least 1 to 2 hours to make, you know what I mean? And then some people will just hear me like, ah, cool. Fuck. We sat here and designed a snare forever, dude, and no one cared. Damn it. But yeah, you probably learned from like the ice sounds in Live 12.
I might have just made my favorite Ableton plugin. It's the last video I shared how you can store multiple automations and racks with Shaper's manual mode. But the thing is, it gets really tedious getting a bunch of shapers and making shapes for each parameter. So I made my own multi-shaper, where you can randomize 8 different shapers at once with a single button. Also, since it can get annoying.
So you see how his mixes? There's shit just, it feels alive. There's things jumping out at you. That's what I mean when I say some of the drippy textures feel like they're a little over controlled and they can jump out at you a little more.
There's a slicing trick in Granulator where normally if you drop in a melodic loop,
I use this one all the time
on your keyboard, it would sound kind of goofy since you're basically shifting the scale on each key. But when you click on the transpose knob, you'll see this key control over here. If you turn it to 0, the pitch will stay the same on every keyboard note. Now, if you go to the position knob here, you can turn up that same key control, so each keyboard note will trigger a different part of the sample. No, this way you can play multiple sections at once and make a chordal atmosphere. And to take it further, I like to make a negative envelope on the grain size and shape so it does these pointy rolls on each note press.
This guy's playing Ableton in ranked mode. Listen to his drips.
There's this slicing trick in Granulator.
Those little textures, bro. So I think learning from his kind of mixes a little bit.
You can liquefy any sound. So if you get a sound design session, then get vocoder and set it to modulator mode, it's basically going to split your sound into a bunch of bandpass filters across the frequency spectrum.
Yeah, this is a cool trick here with the drips. This is what I wanted to find.
Representation of your sound. Turn on enhance and turn up the bands. Then to make it kind of drippy, you can turn up this gate, which silences any band that isn't louder than this threshold. Then to make it more realistic, you can get any reverb. And the sound gets mega drippy when you get this free plugin called M-Freeform Phase, which sounds like a spectral delay when you turn up the depth. Then you can put it in your song. I found this technique where you can liquefy.
So that's what I mean when I say a little more dynamics and aggression. He's making it look so much easier than it is, right? Yeah, I try to like do one of his like randomized snare design things. I'm like, how the fuck do you add that effect in the way he did it? He doesn't explain anything, dude. On some of his videos, he's like the fucking smart kid they used to copy off in class who was like cool as shit, will let you copy off him, but you actually try to learn from him. He's like, yeah, I don't know, you just figure it out. I'm like, fuck, dude, come on. Like, I'll write down what you said, but what are we doing here? That's the catch on a lot of these vids. It's a little tough to do. They show you, but it's tough, dude. But this will help you run into problems by trying to emulate some cool shit they're doing. That'll help you run into problems where you'll end up Googling what to do and you'll figure it out, right? And you'll find a way. So it's definitely good to push yourself. Even if you don't feel comfortable doing it, just get after it, dude. Try it. So try some stuff, dude. But what you got going on here is dope as shit. I appreciate you sending this through, man. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Topher, are we still here? I haven't seen Topher all stream. And Topher changed his name on Twitch. Topher got about 25 seconds. Ooh, damn, that's some lemon water, dude. I didn't even know it was lemon water. I forgot we was fancy in here. Little organic lemon squeeze in that bitch? Say what? Say what? Alright, Topher's not showing up. Topher fell asleep. We're moving on, Toph. Hibs? I haven't seen the Hibs all night. The Hibs might be lurking, just waiting to hear me say, I haven't seen the Hibs all night. But probably not. If there's two people watching, then he's not here. On God. I'm glad it was worth the pain, man, for sure, dude. That was cool as shit. Alright. Well, then if the Hibs ain't here, I know y'all are here. I see y'all. We're getting down here. Athena Velveeta? Where's Athena Velveeta? Couldn't be me. No, not me. What you mean, homie? Athena's in the building. I see you, Athena. What's good? What's good? You got dermatologist. What does that even mean? Not dermatologist, but dermatologist. Like you watch the show Dharma and Greg a lot? What does it mean? Explain. Explain. Okay, you say dermatologist, I say to that.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
What does that mean? Type it up. I'm scared to Google it. Also, big tip for the other EDM producers, do a mid-side EQ on your low end. It sounds crazy. What are you doing specifically with the mid-side EQ? Are you just taking off some of the sides? And how far down on the low end? What are we talking, dude? Science, what's up, man? Teach us your ways, dude. Also, one thing to tell you before you point it out, I'm going to fix the harshness. My de-esser subscription ran out. I was going to use it, man, but I ran out of de-esser. Okay, I was gonna bounce this for you without any harshness, but I actually ran out of de-esser. Okay, this is Brunescence featuring Athena $. Is Athena familiar with a more popular person using $, as their name? There could be some search engine optimization problems. My fault, bro. We in the hood. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, we like small essays, dude. What's up, Holmes? Check it out.
The maple tree.
If I could put my finger on it, I think I would. Put a pin on the point where I became so aloof. Lost my trust in the people who should have had my back, and didn't trust my intuition cause they think it's a fad. I just wanna love, but I don't know if I can. The colors getting dimmer every day, every glance. And I just want it my way for the rest of my day, cause I think I've had enough of what this life has to say. I thought it was over, but I don't know. Sunlight on my skin just for the photo. Reality, I'm dealing with the FOMO. It's hard to live like me and still be hopeful. I thought it was over, but I don't know. Sunlight on my skin just for the photo. Reality, I'm dealing with the FOMO. It's hard to live like me and still be hopeful. If I could put my finger on it, I think I would. Put a pin on the point where I became so lost. Lost my trust in the people who should have had my back, and didn't trust my intuition cause they think it's a fact. I just wanna love, but I don't know if I can. The colors getting dimmer every day, every glance. And I just wanna know for the rest of my day, cause I think I've had enough of this life has to say. I like sticking my dick sock, go and getting high. Make her deep throat, and I'll never get dry. I say, who pussy is this? She said $. I say, who pussy is this? She said $. She my charm queen, let her hit the bando. We be counting up, watch how far the bands go. We just let it go, talking magic Lambos. So 56 a gram, 500 grams though.
Very cool, Athena. Very cool stuff. All right. I like the textures. I don't like the mix on the guitar. I think it's clipping a plugin sometimes. The Ty $$ freestyle, dude. Is that what happened there? Is that what that was? Yeah. Okay. St. Moses said you do a -6 dB side low shelf around 140 hertz. So you're taking the sides down at 140 and below. And then doing a 2 dB mid boost at 50 hertz. Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of like... She say, who pussy is this? I say $. Oh, okay, yeah. Was that emulating a $sign song? Makes sense. I think that thinking with, overall general mix tips like that, having like numbers already dialed in, it kind of depends on like what genre you're doing. And I mean, obviously you said EDM, but like depends on the actual sounds you're using if it helps your mix. I don't always do shit like that, but I could see sometimes it helps. But sometimes if you got your 50 hertz smacking already, then you don't want to boost that shit. You know what I mean? If you're already working on that other ways, then you don't want to boost it there. But I see you, player. All right, I got some issues here with this joint. I like the vibes of the whole song. But right off the rip, dude. Right off the rip. Okay, somehow low and high mid resonance on the guitar sound. That guitar needs a multi-band compressor. Fuck a EQ. If you got an EQ on there, it's not doing anything good yet. Turn this bitch down and get control of the signal. Multi-band compression to get control of the guitar sound. And then put an EQ after that for any problems that you have beyond that. But it needs more control. It's too dynamic and it's got too many swells. If I'm hearing problems in the low resonance zone, in that, 250 or sometimes even 180 to almost 550, 600 range. I'm also hearing problems in that 1K to 3K range. We just need more control. On top of that, the main vocal, I think you need to incorporate more low mids on it. Like, I don't know why everyone's into super thin sounding vocals. That doesn't make it a pop vocal. It just makes it sound like we're not really giving us the entire signal. Like, if you really listen to a well done vocal, you're hearing the low mids on that vocal. We're not just thinning it out, and so it can cut through the mix. It's not cutting through the mix. It's just harsh. You're not allowing that other part of the texture to exist. There's so much stuff there for human connection with a vocal in the low mids, and by not letting any of that through, you're giving us like a pizza without cheese on it, right? Which, some people are into that, but that sounds like there's a sound goodizer on the vocal. Get that out of there, dude. It's a sound badizer right now. So yeah, I want more low mids on the lead vocal. That would probably help with your de-esser issue, because you're compressing. If you're getting rid of the low mids and sending that vocal through more compression, what's the loudest part of that vocal now, right? It's the high end, it's the sibilance, it's the psh, 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 psh. And now we're pushing that into single band compression. We're pushing that into our master limiter, everything else, right? I think we need to have a more natural vocal going through all those things. Then if you want to thin it out after you've gone through all that processing, that's when you do it, instead of thinning it out before you go through that processing. Make your singer show more teeth. If that's you singing, then smile when you sing. God damn it. All right. There's no plugins for a vocal performance with gravity to it, right? People gravitate towards people who smile, right? They like to hear a voice with teeth showing. They don't know that they like that, but they do. And I feel like there were a lot of parts here where we could have done more to exaggerate the mouth movements and to show more teeth. Just get your lips out of the way of your instrument. That's really what it is. We have this comfort zone that we get into when we sing, and you have to remind yourself to get a little out of that comfort zone and push yourself so that you get a better take with a little more character on it. And not saying that any of the takes are wrong on this. I just think if I was recording you, I would have made you do it again and push a little more. Now the melodic elements, they need a dynamic hole cut. Sing like you're talking like Gilbert Gottfried. My goodness. I wouldn't say all that. But if you just go watch really, really talented singers perform, well-trained ones, you'll see their teeth a whole lot. Right? And you want to get that vibe in your recording process. Just start to notice really good singers. Notice when they perform live, when they're singing live. Notice what they're doing with their mouth. See how much of their teeth you're seeing. Right? But yeah, the melodic elements need a dynamic hole cut for that lead vocal to sit in. Right? That guitar and that lead vocal are both occupying the same frequency range. So one has to win. Which one should win? It's your voice. Always. The vocal should win always. So let it win. And design it in a way that lets it win. Now, the other part, the guitar is clipping a plug-in during the filtered part. What's going on with this guitar, dude? It just feels like we're pushing it into a plug-in way too hard. I'm hearing digital distortion at some parts. And, I would skip this song right off the rip when I heard this. I'm out. Right there, I'm out. If this comes in on a random playlist for me, we get to that note right there. Next song. I mean, that's just me, right? But I'm going next song. I was like, this doesn't have the mix it needs. I'm gonna hurt my equipment right there. I don't have stems. I don't care. We got to do more. We can do more here. There's no way that we're stuck with just that. Then let's hire someone to replay it. We can redo this. It's not playing that confusing of a line. I mean, it has like weird saturation on it, but it has digital clipping somehow for a guitar sound. It's very odd. So I don't know, that would turn me off from the song right away. So I would definitely try to do anything I possibly could to make that guitar way less harsh, because it's supposed to be like a feel good sound, and they've mixed it like it's like a hyper pop synth. I'm gonna try my best. You're gonna do it. I believe in you, Velveeta. I appreciate you sending this through. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bang, homie. Said I'm about to write a short essay. Warsaw 3 a.m. Records Originals. Saw X Talk. Is Warsaw here? Lionical, we still in the building? I know Quinn Large is around. This is like my music class, not gonna lie. I just come in and try to learn something. There you go. There you go. Should I send you the new version now? If you have a newer version, you can definitely send that in. You can edit your link. You can edit your link. So do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Wait, where are you, Quinn? That's you right there. Yeah. Because I don't think Warsaw's here. Pretty sure Warsaw's gone. Which do you want? I want the one that you want me to talk about. So if you have a newer version, then probably send the newer version. But it's up to you. If you want to go back and work off the version that you're going to have me listen to here, then that's what it is. Lionical, are we still here? SOS Demo, Lionical! I don't think you're here. So it's up to you, man. We're up to you now. All eyes on you. Quinn Large. Hearing everyone's music is like, I don't even want to play mine anymore, but I gotta learn somehow. I know Eugen's here. Time to go smoke some green sticky. Be right back. All right, Quinn's exporting. Well, while Quinn's exporting, we're gonna run Sneela's jam right here, and then we'll go back. We'll go back over to Quinn after that. So Quinn, you're not losing your spot. We're just subbing in, unless Sneela's on a ad break. Okay, Sneel's on an ad break. So, all right, we'll run it then, Quinn. We'll run what you got here. Project _46.4 MP3. I'm going to download it so we get the visualizer here for a minute and a half. All right, we need the visualizer for a minute and a half. Here it is. Bang, let's run it. Those are placeholders. I got you. I got you. This is very cool, man. What you sound like an Ableton user. What are you using, Quinn? What are you using, dude? What's the DAW? You're an FL? Okay, got you. All right. You do sound like an Ableton guy though over there in FL. Some of the sound design you're doing here, some very Ableton-esque. Okay, so I just have a couple. I have a question, and then I think we need to be using. If you're in FL, I think you got to be soft clipping a little bit more stuff than we are soft clipping. Yeah, so I think, did we mono out the sub bass? That felt wide than a muv, dude. I don't know what was happening there, but that felt like the bass was like out to the right at some points. Half layered. Okay, so at what point is the sub bass mono? Or is the whole sub bass mono, and then you layered it with a wider, like, Reese bass or some shit, or whatever the fuck it's called? Is that what's happening there? Something feels really wide, which is okay. I just want to make sure that the sub part of it isn't wide. Because I don't know if that's just playing tricks on me with the way I'm hearing it, but it felt a little bit heavy on the outside. So some of these kind of jump out at you sounds. Wide hyperchorus, got you. Okay, there you go. I would be using a soft clipper. So if you're an FL, that fruity clipper would make some of these sounds you wouldn't normally throw a soft clipper on, would help them a lot to be a little more palatable, so they're not like as ear fatiguey. It's more the ones that have a quick attack. They kind of jump out at you with a little more bite to them. Let's hear some of this. So there's some of these like growing synths that sound like an electrical charge, almost right here. There's some high mid resonance going on. Me. Up there too. That's like straight tinnitus going on right there. Okay, this is the area where I'd be that's the area where I'd be using some soft clipping. Right here. Like, so first off, you have like that metal kind of snare, a soft clipper on that, smacking it really hard with that soft clipper could give you like that, still get the attack of that sound, but give you some, give you a little more, it makes it a little more palatable for a listener. So definitely consider doing that and doing more than you normally do with a soft clipper. That sound right there, perfect example of when we can use a fruity clipper right there, and just absolutely smack the shit out of that with the soft clipper. It's gonna make that, you're gonna still get that vibe, but you're gonna get that thing with so much more control, and it's gonna get rid of those transients that are making it kind of ear fatiguey there. That guy, it sounds like we're pulling a sword out, like a digitally pulling out a sword. Yeah. Sneela says, how do you guys make these noises? I need to know. If you want to learn about making weird noises like that, Sneela, I don't know what you're using. If you're in Ableton though, we love learning from Jibbah, dude. Jibbah's great with those kind of sounds, dude. You're an FL? Well, Jibbah's really good at making weird shit.
Fuck that shit. Arp that shit. Granulate that shit. Arp this shit.
Step it. Free it. Spread it. Spray it.
What the fuck's wrong with this guy? Guy's a maniac, dude. Yeah, always cool shit. I love this. I use this all the time. And the beat he does here is pretty sick.
Be sad that you made your beat before you knew how to rise. Take one track, or two, or all of them, and slap a phaser on it. Double it and give it to the next person. Hi, I'm next person. Turn the rate down and the feedback
Up.
Automate the wetness to
Ramp up gradually.
now automate the time to go all the way up and then come down right before the drop like this.
Yeah, this shit's nuts, dude. The movement is crazy. Yeah, just go check out his content. He's big on Instagram, not very big on YouTube for some reason. Disclosure Flume, yeah, got that vibes for sure. Very cool stuff, dude. Yeah, that song's dope. A lot of his beats are really, really fire. You know what I'm saying? But this shit's fire too, man. Quinn, I like it, man. I want to hear more from you going forward, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for sending this through, man.
Thank you.
Quiet Bison. See, Constantine, you gotta send me some of these cats I don't know about, dude. It's not really my they're not really my cup of tea normally. But when it comes to like the electronic music, like I'm more into that kind of stuff than like the heavy. Like I'll listen to that shit in my car on my own. You know what I'm saying? I probably won't listen to like dubstep on my own. You know what I mean? Only on here, right? I've only like mixed dubstep. I've never like tried to make it myself. But I get it. I get why people love it. He doesn't do content, but I'll send a track or two to you. Yeah, I figured he doesn't do content. Most of them don't. Most of them don't. All right, Sneela. Sneela said, "Oh God," with a FLAC file, dude. Not even sure what this is. Not even sure what a FLAC file is. Let's check it out. In the Night, version 4 from Sneela. Wow. Also, did what you said about the reverb. I use like so much less, which is good. Which is good that we didn't. Yeah, I noticed on the drums we didn't really use any, which is fine. I like that. You know, it does have Halloween vibes right now to it. Okay, makes me want to pull out some of the Halloween drops over here. I think we have some for Halloween, don't we? Don't I have a Halloween drop in here?
Happy Halloween!
Definitely has some Halloween vibes, you know what I'm saying? Right? I feel like we could just run that and then go right back into that track.
Happy Halloween!
Play it.
Happy Halloween!
Yeah. So, I'm hearing a number of things here that I think would improve this mix wise, and some are kind of yeah. Those are my Halloween drops. I did a couple things for Halloween. I think. What'd I do? Oh, I just did Halloween beats, dude. Halloween beats, dude.
There is nowhere to run.
Halloween beats. Hey. Little Halloween beats. Right? Then I had this other one.
Happy Halloween, bitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We out here, baby. It's Halloween every day, you feel me? Dark and ominous in this bitch. Yeah, so that's what that is. Yeah, basically I get the Halloween vibes when I hear this joint for sure. But here's why, okay? There's a reason why we get Halloween vibes.
And that reason is that we are using melodic sounds with less sustain. That's what I want you to do. All right, we're holding notes forever. While the other thing's going. Everything's kind of bleeding into itself, right? So everything's bleeding into the next note, which creates all this extra dissonance, right? Because we're doing half steps all over the place. All over the place, we're doing half steps. right? We're going. But if those are bleeding in, they sound good when we move through them. But if those are bleeding into each other, now we get this like really kind of it feels like everything's fighting. It's like it's not like a warm hug. It is. People say, "Oh, it sounds like a scary movie." That's what they're saying, is that there's dissonance happening. It might be intentional, that's fine, but it didn't really make sense with like a reggaeton drum beat to have that much dissonance going on. So the other elements here mixed to the groove. Okay. The groove of this is the drums. It's still kick and snare. Those always have to be cutting through everything. Kick and those snares have to cut through the whole melodic mix. We don't need the melodic mix to feel like it's continuous over the top of those. We need to have a melody bus. That's why I asked if we have a melody bus. I said we need a drum bus. If you have a drum bus going on here, I can't hear it working. So I would say do more with your drum bus if you're using one. And if you're not using one, then build a drum bus ASAP. That's your homework. Also build the melody bus, which is much easier than building a drum bus. But your melody bus is where all those melodic sounds go before they end up mixing with everything else in the beat. And at that melody bus, we can put things like a single band compressor that's going to be sidechained by the kick sound. And we can put another single band compressor that's going to be sidechained by the snare sound. So when the kick and snare happen, the melodies are going boom, 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 boom. They're ducking with those sounds we're supposed to focus on, right? So right here, you're frequency masking everything. What you're going to do is pull it out the way, kick. Right? Frequency masking everything, pull it out of the way, snare. Right? That's the idea. You're kind of opening pockets for kick and snare to cut through the mix, because right now we were not told to focus on those elements when they happen. They're also not loud enough. That's why your drum bus needs to make them stand at attention much, much more. Much, much more. With this style of music, I'd say cross-reference mix with some popular reggaeton tracks to see how the drums are really mixed. I mean, a lot of those reggaeton tracks, they're not even using their own samples. They're using a breakbeat. They're using the same 5 breakbeats. Like everyone's using them. It's insane. And I think you set yourself apart if you're doing this style of music and you're making your own breakbeats. You're doing your own drum samples. But the amount of reggaeton songs I worked on in the studio from different artists. Some of them were working with guys that were like established producers in like Colombia, Chile. A couple dudes from Ecuador. It was always the same breakbeat. It was literally a 2-track breakbeat they were using for all their drums, bro. It's crazy. But that's all right. If we're gonna do that, that's fine. But why don't we layer in our own kicks and snares to make it to make it a little more jumping, right? And give us a little more independent control. That's what I was doing. And then those guys would hear the mix and then like reach out and be like, "How did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, how'd I do that?" I didn't ask, and I just went in through this in and this in. That's it. Splice Kings, 100p, dude. 100p. What's up there? Tab Danger. How you living, dude? The Splice Kings. They really are. Jibbers, Crippers, dude? What you mean, man? Crip. No, we don't rep anything like that, dude. All right. We like all of them. So yeah, beyond that, I think shortening the melodic sounds, right? We don't need them to be bleeding into the next note so much. Just saying hello again. Fair enough. What's good, dude? Make the bass line more part of the groove when the drums come in, right? If the drums are doing the do, get to, get to, get to, get to, get to, get, then the bass should feel like it's part of that groove. Instead of just holding notes, I feel like it was just holding the root note, and holding the root note. Cheapers, creepers, I'm such a giblet. You sure are, dude. You sure are. And we appreciate you for that. So I think on the parts where the drums are there with the bass line, I would make the bass line feel like it's part of the drums, right? Give it a little more action. A little more action. He said, "Giblet, please." My goodness. You're doing fine. Yeah, that's all I got for you, man. Just cross-reference mix so that you feel like when you feel like you're drowning on your mix, you have something to hold on to on the side of the pool. And again, hey, appreciate you, Tab. Seen your vids scrolling through shorts. It's my type of content, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Big W's, Tab. We're live over on the Twitch side as well. If you ever want to pop in and share some music, I got you covered, my G. I appreciate you checking us out, man. Yeah, but over here, Sneela, in the mixing videos, at the very bottom, you got this one from Seed to Stage. This is about how to use reference tracks in Ableton. The same principles apply to using reference tracks in FL. All right, same principles apply. This is what you should be doing with this track right here. Get used to using reference tracks until you feel like your ear is at a better spot. Or you get one of your mixes that sounds really great. You can start referencing off of that. But get involved with some reference mixing and work on using references in your tracks. People have been mixing for 40 years, still using reference tracks. It's okay to do that, right? The goal isn't to make it sound exactly like the reference. The goal is to check where things are in relation to other elements on your song. Where's the kick and snare on yours compared to the bass line on the reference track, right? You're looking for those relationships. That's what you're listening for. So this will show you how to line those up so that they're volume matched to your mix, and so that the reference channel isn't going through your master processing. It's just going right to your speakers, because we don't want any processing on that reference. We just want it to be sent out to the speakers while we have our other mix that we're checking on. So that's why you look at that video for that. It's only 60 seconds, dude. You got time. You got time for that, cuz. I appreciate you sending this through, Sneela. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
Got your homework, dude. You got your getting homework, my G. All right. We're almost to the end, y'all. We got "Wanna Love You" from Aiden. A Jibbah Quizlet? What's that even mean? What's a Quizlet? Jibbah Quizlet when? I don't know any of that. You might as well have said that in Japanese. I have no idea what you just said to me, Same Hoses. Do I have to Google Quizlet? Is this me writing a quiz? This is a beat you made? Well, we're going to download it real quick so that we get the 1998 visualizer. And don't worry, I'll remove it off of my computer afterwards. You can watch me do it. No one wants to love you. Let's check this out. I need that, Same Moses.
Show and tell me.
Very cool stuff. All right, I got a couple questions here. Well, really one. Steela says, off topic, I'm currently working on a dubstep / rhythm / drum and bass set. It's done. I just have to record to make no mistakes and listen back to make sure nothing's distorting or clashing. Nice, dude. Yeah, those are tough to work together because they're already pushing the limits. And then when you try to cross them into something else, you got to do some subtractive things there. Make sure one's got to win applies there. Dude, this is a vibe though. This is definitely a vibe. This feels like one of those like rap R&B crossovers from like the early 2000s. Like Kelly Rowland's gonna get on this joint with like Fabulous.
It's alright, baby, kind of shame. All the things we hide, show and tell.
What key are we in here? So, off the top, I think what this is really missing to kind of take it to that next level is a bass that really drives the groove, right? And I wonder if the bass on this is coming from the sample, or are you playing anything here? I would love to know. I feel like the bass that we are hearing is probably part of the sample based on like what's playing at the very end of the song. And if that's the case, then I'm probably taking this sample and I'm doing two versions of it. I'm having two different channels for the sample itself, and one of them is just going to focus on the low end, like about 200 hertz and down. The other one's going to focus on the low mids and up, 200 hertz and up. The 200 hertz and down, I'm trying to pull that bass out more. I'm using some subharmonic saturations on there, and I'm adding harmonics to the low end. I'm using something like Waves R bass, or the that Bark of Dog. That's a free plugin you can use to try to bring out more low end resonance down there, so that we just get a little more of a little bit more weight to the actual bass sound that's going on in there. Obviously, you have your big kick. Then when you separate that sample, that big kick, you can definitely sidechain it through just the low end, right? So you could put a sidechainable single band compressor on the low end version of the sample, and then when the kick hits, your own personal kick, it can cut through that low end of that other kick. It's going to help you give more headroom, because right now we're hearing sometimes we're hearing the kick drum off the sample, and we're also hearing your kick. So that'll definitely help that out for sure. And I think if you ever want to get vocals on this, you're probably going to need to do like a filtered section. Like if you listen to those old Kanye records where he's using vocals like this, when it's time to actually get a verse over it, they do things to get the actual human vocal to sound a little more buried in the mix on the sample itself. So that's something you'll have to work on doing. You could either just do an aggressive like mid side and get the mids out of there, and when you want to do a vocal, or you could do more of like a filter and take some of the roll some of the highs off, so that it just has more space for high harmonics on a natural lead vocal to sit over the top of it. But just something to think about. If you wanted like rappers to write over this, I think they'd have trouble writing to it with this clear of a sample over the top. I don't mind it in some sections, like the hook section, the intro, the outro, but give them some 16s if you wanted someone to write to this that feels like there's more open space. If that sample's still in there, then we filtered it so that it's not popping out as much, and it's allowing someone to hear themselves over it. Is a big thing that helps a lot for getting people to pick your beats if you're doing sampled beats. The kick's probably a little too heavy right now in the mix. I like the sound you're using, but I think it's probably either just too much volume on it, or it's happening where we have the kick off the original sample and the kick that you're layering in there are both working together to eventually push a little too much voltage in there. So yeah, that's the one thing that's kind of limiting this from being able to really turn it all the way up and have it feel really good when we're way loud, is we just have a little too much of that kick happening. I usually don't have that note for people, but that thing's really going. And then, like I said, if the bass is part of the sample, then I'm trying to separate the bass from the rest of the sample and get a little more independent control of that, so that it just feels like we have another element of the mix to work on. Yeah, but very cool stuff, Aiden. We'd love to hear more from you, man. We're pumped that we had you come through and hanging out on the YouTube side, dude. We've had a couple YouTube submitters today, man. That's a first for us. That's very, very big W. Very big W. I've been streaming on Twitch for like a little over a year, but only doing music stuff since like November. But yeah, just started with the YouTube streaming. So very, very good to see you, man. I appreciate you hanging out with us over there on the YouTube side. My guy, Aiden Gilbert, y'all.
Thank you.
Making some slappers too. I like it. And watch this here. Here's your MP3. We're going right to the recycle bin. Dropping. Right click. Empty recycle bin. Yes. All right. Music's safe. Music is safe. All right. Eugen, you're bringing us home tonight, dude. Take me home tonight. This one's called Close Your Eyes from Eugen, a.k.a. Ayodi. Let's check it out. Appreciate the wisdom. I got you, player. Anytime. Go easy on me. I never, dude. I refuse. The new clips yet. Not yet. Probably won't do that. Let's be real. Said this beat got me feeling introspective, dude. Say Moses says the new clips will have you cream. Insane thing to say. I'm not a huge clips guy. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Like back in the day, everybody's all hyped on grinding. I respect them, right? I just don't really like. I'm not like gonna go. I'm not gonna get in my car and play clips. It's not usually it's not my normal move. But I get why people like them, right? I watched their Tiny Desk. That was cool. But yeah, I mean, I like what Pusha T does in terms of calling people out in the rap game. We need more people like that. I respect the shit out of that. But I definitely do need to check out the album. It'd be the first album I've listened to since the Grindin' one from Clips, dude. I can't lie. I'm not a big on the Clips stuff. Not because it's not dope. It's just not the first thing I listen for. Let's see here. I got a couple notes here. My guy, it's a vibe right here. Definitely a vibe. I think at the first half, it kind of like settled in. Maybe we just got used to it. But the third note that the bass line gets to feels like it's slightly off at times with the chord progression. I feel like the chord progression moves through that note that you landed on with the bass, and the bass probably could use a little more movement to go along with the voice leading of the chord progression, right? Like if you were to play all this, like those chords, and play this bass sound with like string sounds, I think you'd hear it even more. What's going on there? But usually, if you can't quite hear that low end, I would take that bass sound and move it up like 3 octaves, and just hit play, and see how it feels. If it doesn't make sense up 3 octaves, then we got to find that note that it's supposed to resolve to. But it might, the thing is, like, the note you land on is probably there for some of the chord progression, but you move through a couple chords there. And I think that's where it starts to feel like it's, having a music theory, discussion on that third phrase. Not saying anything's wrong. Just saying there's a music theory discussion happening there where some people might say, I didn't like how that felt. That's all. Doesn't mean that it's wrong. I would use a lot less verb in general across this whole thing. Appreciate it, Constantine. I would use a lot less reverb across the whole thing, especially the perk sounds, your hi-hats, and there's like another like tambourine sound that happens. Also the rim shot. I think we're doing too much reverb. It's not making it sound big and ambient. It's making it sound crowded and like far away from us, right? I think I would just use less verb, and then I would put a de-esser on the hat sound or soft clip the living shit out of it to get that sound a little more palatable. That way it won't feel like it's kind of jumping at us. It can be a little ear fatiguing up there in the sibilant range. The rim shot could probably get a little louder, to be honest. I think a little more volume on it once we get the reverb down. Maybe just taking away the reverb will make it feel louder. And I would say from like a production standpoint, take us to 0 sometimes. See how that feels. Like at the end here, we have these like kind of glitchy sounds coming in. Like what if we have all these pads fluttering the whole time? What if at one point the snare comes in and everything just drops? And then we're like, uh-oh. And then the beat comes back, right? There's a few opportunities there where you could do something to, it would still be ambient, but you're using silence as another way of developing groove. And it would be a way to kind of fuck with people a little bit. You don't know how. You commit whatever you're working on to audio, and then you just cut it and delete sections that you want to cut all the way to 0, and then have the audio come back in. Commit to audio. That's how you do it. Do it in audio. We'll do it live. Book it. I forget what you're using. What's your DAW? Are you an Ableton gang? FL, got you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would, if you want to do cuts like that, committing things to audio once you're good with everything would be the way to go about it. And then you can edit the audio, and it's going to be much easier for you. But yeah, I like it, man. It's vibey right now. It's a vibe. I think it can be louder as a whole, but it's not really the goal when you're making ambient. and making some chill ambient at that. So certainly nothing wrong with it. I would really investigate that bass line though and see if it sounds like it makes good, clean sense when we bring it up 3 octaves, because I bet you'll hear something there that you did not intend if we really go over that with a fine-tooth comb, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I got for you, man. I appreciate you, Eugen. Thank you, man. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. Shit, on that note, it is hot as hell. It's almost 1. We about to go, let's pull up on somebody. Is anybody doing some work here? Anybody doing some work here? Cool boy. Got a couple folks. We got a couple folks. Shit, let's pull up on let's pull up on somebody here. Hold up. We'll head over there, dude. Only for mature audiences, dude. Give your love to Pool Boy. He's just getting started, I think. He does these late nights sometimes. So I appreciate y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll try to get started a little earlier. We'll get to the same vibes, do some feedback. Twitch gang, I love y'all. Appreciate you guys, man. Until next time, tomorrow. Peace, peace. Be kind to yourself and everybody else, y'all. Peace, peace.